Welcome everyone. We are here. Super Millions. It is the time. It is a 10K buy-in, final table, biggest players, biggest names, biggest prizes every Tuesday, 1:45 Eastern. I am your host, Jeff Gross, and I will have a very special guest. As always, let's bring in Charlie Hook in the building. Mr. Hook, how are you?
Going on. Happy to be here.
Yeah, thank you for doing this.
Coming off a little bit of a tournament binge myself, so it's good to be here and see some Wizards play.
Yeah, for sure. No, we were just down in the Bahamas. Obviously, didn't work out for either of us. We both busted same hand. Yours in the 250K, played the 25K. That was fun, and I'm sure you recognize some of these players in general, and also I think you played with a few of them down there in the Bahamas. So yeah, we'll call some action. We'll do a dinner wager. We'll give some giveaways for the audience. We'll have a good day. Let's dive right into that final table and take a look at who is here today, as we will be playing to a winner. Final table, please. Let's do it. Let's get into the action. There it is. Look at this. Some of the biggest names in the game. I mean, off the top, you recognize a few. Is there anyone that stands out? Any names you played with personally over the years?
Well, Brewer just knocked me out of 250K. Shoved 200 blinds into his ace king. I had ace queen, which is pretty bad, but whatever. Adrian Mateos, played with him a bunch back in the day. No, but other than that, I don't. The Muckholder kid I've heard about, but I don't know much about him. Never really played against him. Primarily played online cash for me before Black Friday, so a lot of the tournament guys I wouldn't be familiar with.
For sure. Well, yeah, Adrian Mateos, no stranger here, has won a title before Chris Rudolph, also one of the most talented players, and some other familiar faces, Barack Wizbrod as well. And how about a dinner wager? I know you're not shy away from action. We're good. You want to do we'll do a snake draft, red or black. Get to go first. Pick
Okay.
one, then two, then one. So I'll let you call color, red or black.
Red.
All right, red. You got red. I got black. We will do that. And of course, for the audience, going to be a $50 or $100 giveaway today. So let's see what it's going to be. We'll give you guys a few of the players. And ace three suited. What do you think here, Hook? Does he go for it? They're fairly deep, little click action. Ace three suited, one of the favorites for those kind of aggressive maneuvers. You're always 30% unless it's aces. Does he take it?
Nah, he'll fold here.
Right, a big stack, 3 million. I mean, look, you probably know as good as me. These guys are always willing and able. It's just kind of one of those ones where it's inviting. Definitely a close decision, but yeah. Nice fold. There you go, 1 for 1. Hook coming in with the right read, and we see the chip leader there with 2.9 million. Doesn't have to stew long. Gets aces, and it's got a customer behind. This could be interesting.
This is trouble for Chris Rudolph.
Very tough spot.
Actually, so actually Chris Brewer might open here. All right. So Adrian's gonna open here. Small Hero's gonna 3-bet, and then Chris Rudolph's gonna 4-bet. Maybe get 4-bet fold.
It's actually crazy because they are 1-2. This is a lot of Super Millions we've done. This is one of the sicker, cooler.
Well, Adrian folded sixes.
Yeah.
Oh, then that's even worse for Chris. It's a good game for him here.
Well, 4-1, of course, aces to queens, 80%, but yet, look at this. Just calls, Hook. This is what's going on these days. ICM understands 1 versus 2 a disaster, but look at the flat. I mean, can you? I don't even know. I don't even know about this.
Oh shit! How bad was I playing in the 250, getting in fucking 200 blinds with ace queen? These guys are. I mean, that's weird to be playing on a small bit like that too. But look, wow, and he checks back. What?
That's wow. This is a bit crazy. I mean, they are 1-2, so I think there's obviously some treading lightly. The 9-9-8 flatting out of the small though feels like a very good flop for aces. But either way, he's going to.
I feel like Adrian's open fold of 6-6 has definitely saved Chris here.
Yeah, I mean, this is obviously a very wet board now. There's clubs, there's jack.
I got to raise here, right?
Call wow. Raise. Okay, and now. This is definitely an interesting start to the hand, and we could have seen a lot more blood, but as it stands, it's probably going to go. Yeah, we'll just see a bet.
Bet call or check, right?
Check, and probably. I wonder if he would value bet if he.
Yeah, this makes sense. Yeah, and just small here is going to call here, and it is what it is.
Yep. So in a lot of ways, pretty nice for Chris.
Chris should be so happy after he sees his hands. Wow.
Pretty crazy start to the final table, but he says running cold, kind of running hot. 3.5 million over there for Smile the Hero, and Chris still with 2 million, plenty of chips. So interesting start. And yeah, what do you think about that sixes fold?
What
It
do we
feels
do about
close.
that draft?
Oh yeah, what was the last flop? Let me see if I can catch it on the delay.
I'm
I
not
just missed
sure.
it. Let's ask the audience. Let's see. Um, it was clubs, right? It was two clubs. It was club came on the river. I think so, but we'll
Jeff,
check on
what's the
that.
hands up event?
The hands up, the giveaway, you mean?
Yeah.
The hands up, that is where there's a jackpot every week. It gets bigger and you have to guess the winning hand. So if you guess what the actual last hand dealt and who wins with the hand. So if it was ace jack off, you could say ace of heart, jack of clubs, and you win, you get the jackpot. So that is actually pinned in the chat there. If you guys want to go and click on that, you can guess and be eligible for the
I don't even know what's
jackpot.
going on here. I'm shocked that ace queen isn't 3-betting here.
It was black last hand, so I won. That's right. It was two clubs and then a club on the river.
Okay, so who are you gonna go with?
I will take the chips. I'll go Smile the Hero. You get two.
I'll take Mateos and Chris Rudolph.
Okay. I will take Moolacher.
I will take I gotta take the guy that knocked me out of the 250K, so I'll take Chris Brewer.
Okay. I will go with Barack Wizbrod. And then what do we got? Still three more, right? Two more.
Nikita Kuznets.
Yep. You going with him,
So
or there's Madani, him, and Tomesco.
Yeah, I'll take Madani.
All right, I'll take Nikita, and then I think that's 4 each, and then Tomesco we'll give to the audience. We're gonna give them a chance for $100 ticket instead of 50. It's 50 automatically. We'll have that giveaway later in the event, and then I'm gonna also.
I'll add 100 to that. I'll add 100 to that, so $200.
All right, you know what? We're just gonna make it. Let's do that. So 100. Okay, so Hook's throwing in 100. It's gonna be a 50 or 100. So it'll be 150 or 200, and we will give you guys Smile the Hero. We'll give you the short stack Baldesco, and then you pick one. Give them one more to sweat for the extra bonus. Pick a name.
Player?
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean?
Just give so basically they're gonna get. So you're giving 100 no matter what. They're gonna get 50 or 100 depending if one of these players we select right now wins. So I gave them Smile the Hero,
Right,
the short stack. Mateos, and then we'll throw in Chris
Give
Rudolph.
him the best player in the field.
Yeah, let's give it. We're trying to give it away.
Mateos is probably the best in the field, right?
Listen, it's hard to say. He definitely live and online. I mean, there's some real sickos here. I mean, look at Chris Rudolph. Go ahead and man, these guys are good. There's some good folds, good discipline. Ace Queen gonna fold. Ace Jack. Chris Rudolph chips up to 2.4 million. So, Audits, you got a lot to play for. We are going to have a lot to give you guys today, and this has been a fun start.
Yeah, Queen 10 will open here. Might see a 3-bet out of the small blind from Muckholder, right? I mean, it's kind of awkward stack with Brewer with 20 some odd big blinds and 25 big blinds in the big blind.
Yeah, so he does open. This is one of those hands, King 6.
I think it's a good spot to be 3-betting here, actually, with Brewer behind. Wow, I don't even know what's going on. He just calls.
Yeah,
man, it shows how far removed I've been from tournaments.
Well, these guys definitely know what they're doing, and obviously there's definitely multiple ways to play hands. That's why poker is fun, and I think they're gonna, there's randomizers. That's when I knew I was behind. When everyone's talking about,
I still like doing some. I still like doing some weird stuff that I thought was weird, but obviously if Ike's doing it, it's right. But like in the 100K and Turbo in the PCA, he was like twice I seen him. I mean, flat on the button of calling open raise on the button with like 20, like less than 20 big blinds with like Jack 9 suited, and like another one was like King 9 suited, and I was like, whoa, that's kind of weird, but yeah, I mean, whatever Ike's doing is right. So
that's hard to argue. I agree with that. I think that's a good default. And here we do see King 6 suited. Looks like takes one off, does not raise, just calls, thinks he could have the best hand a lot. He is behind with the queen 10, 400 in the middle. And now Madani, who kind of has like a weakish hand, doesn't have a diamond, does check back. And the diamond flush would have arrived if the player would have that. Let's see if Thomas goes for a bluff or if he's just going to just check and sort of hope to somehow be good here. But kind of a weird hand, definitely unconventional in some ways how it was played. There was not a lot
I like
of
the
action.
check back on a turn by Madani.
Yeah, nice to pot control. Definitely doesn't have to have the best hand. And here we see about a quarter bet, and surely with top pair for that sizing is going to get called. But yeah, I like how this hand was played, and I think there was a lot.
I wonder how Muckle or Lecker would play Jack 10 here if he would value bet the river there. I'm sure he would, right? After the turn goes check.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think you're right. Probably similar sizing, but the turnout is Madani, who not as familiar with. Haven't seen him much on the Super Millions for sure. He does have some GG winnings, but no results ever, not played in the Super Millions. So good to see him at a final table, see what he can do. You can see the payouts in the lower right, 343 up top, 49,000 guaranteed. And this is a $10,000 buy-in tournament from Sunday. It pauses at the final table, and then we get to be here with you guys right now. So this is a nice shove. We're going to get the ace-10 off, get it in, and get a snap hold there. So chips up well.
What do you shove, like 25 bigs?
Yeah, ace-10 off. Seems reasonable. The 9-handed play right now. A lot of Austrian players. Tough country. Feel like they somehow have the best German, Austrian players in the world. Sort of hail from that area, and see 3 Austrian players here at this final table. So let's see who is going to win, and let us know where you're watching from the world. Thanks for being here. Hit that thumbs up. First part of the giveaway, we will give a keyword later, and Hook has already added 100 to that. So juicy giveaway today. Hope you guys are enjoying. We have got a fun one. Some of the biggest names in the game. What do you think about tournaments now, Hook? You got the bug again a little, or no? Never. No. Once a year, twice a year. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, it was fun, the PCA one. I just feel out of my element, man. Like, obviously we're professional poker players, but I'm stepping into an arena that I'm negative EV, but looking to have fun. It was fun. I just would like to be more prepared next time. And no, you won't see me playing another tournament. I'll play the 250K at the World Series in June, but like I'm not even gonna play the main event. Like I just can't sit through 7-10 days in a tournament. Just can't do it. It isn't just the fact of the patience level you need to have. It's also just like being away from my family and the exhaustion. Like, man, I feel so beat up after I play a tournament.
It is mentally grueling. It's intense, and then of course, as you know, it's hard to win, hard to cash, and it's fun though. There is something special about getting chips deep in a tournament that it keeps, kind of like golf, right? Keeps you coming back. One good shot, one good run. It's always interesting how people I talk to on podcasts, a lot of times their first result was like a final table. I'd say like a high percentage on their Hendon Mob. I just wonder if kind of get that bug, right? You saw that Miss Botez won an event down there, the chess superstar. She took down like a hyper, and it's dangerous. You win a tournament, no matter how big or whatnot, you get a trophy, you get the excitement. It's definitely a exciting feeling. But as we see here, Queen 4 chip leader defended. The big blind does have the best hand on the river. See what he comes with here. Maybe a blocker bet. Goes for a 10th pot. These are always tough, right?
Donnie kind of like weird spot I'm calling here. Yeah, you got to call.
He's got to call, but yeah, nice hand there. Smile the Hero going to add to the chip lead, 3.8 million. We will play to a winner today, and
I'm still shocked at that aces and queens hand. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean they were 1 and 2 in chips, right? I guess just Rudolph realizing like even getting a coin flip or something would be a disaster, so decided to slow it down and got lucky. Also was going to trap in some worse hands. Smile the Hero is certainly going to be opening wide there too.
It's weird because it's crazy. Like as poker evolves, it's like you see like the tempo and the aggression levels change quite a bit over the years. Where like just pure aggression, most spots like 3-bet, 4-betting, 5-betting, clicking back. Like it seems like the games have tightened up a bit, almost similar to where they. I mean, the kids are sharper and they're not put themselves in bad spots like the old school guys used to. But like back in the day, you would see like aces and queens play like that, like super early on, and then we just exploited those spots with some doing that with a lot of bluffs.
Yeah, no, for sure. Definitely game changes a lot all the time, changes, and it is fun to see these. Like I said, I feel like it's almost like a forced study session, kind of watch some of the guys that are really playing the highest stakes tournaments in the world regularly, see how they approach different things. It's fun to try to guess and see what they'll do, because definitely scratching heads a lot for sure myself. And here we are going to see King 7 suited versus Kings. Does turn the nut flush, check call, and pretty good spot. Looking, got to feel confident, has the best hand, although, you know,
This
after
annoying
playing,
spot for Chris. I'm sure he's gonna check back the turn here.
yeah, hard to, could also just, could bet small, kind
What
of
do you,
set
what
the
do you think
price for the
Rudolph
river,
goes
but
here? Like half pot
yeah, maybe
or
even
3/4
bigger.
pot? Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe
maybe,
pot.
yeah, something big, because figures he's going to get called by like queens, jacks, tens, um, an ace, most likely. So probably big, maybe pot, yeah.
Oh shit, nice. I like that bet. That's a great bet. How many viewers do these streams get?
It's usually a couple thousand. I think like 700 on just started. Usually a couple thousand. So yeah, a lot of loyal, lot of repeat friends in here, and some new ones as well. But definitely, if you want to watch the best
Someone
poker,
wrote in the
no
chat,
limits here.
what part of Cali is Charles from? Not from California. I don't even know why anyone would think that, but
That tan, you got some good sun down in the
that was
Bahamas.
just the Bahamas. All right, here we go. We got the ace queen from the chip leader, and I guess Barack will defend. Is this everyone's real name? I guess not, because Smile the Hero. I guess how come some people have real names, some people don't?
Yeah, it's a cutoff based on being a professional, or if you submit, they basically ask you to do it. If they if you have, there's a cutoff. There's like a criteria on what dictates if you must use your real name or not. So it's
Like a VPIP or something, or like results.
yeah, it's a mixture of things, but that's the terms and conditions. I know there's been some changes. Also, you're able to change your real name so at the start of the year you could make a name change, but this is something the major sites have kind of gone back and forth with, right? Like whether you think that you should have your real name or not. I don't know. Where do you stand on it? Do you like to be able to hop online and play, or do you think you'd rather everyone just have to have their real name?
Um,
It's a tough
hmm.
one.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't. I would have to put more thought into that. Fortunately, I won't have to fall in that situation because I rarely play online poker anymore. So
Yeah, look
I'm
at
not going
this
to come
spot.
across that.
Yeah, it's true. I guess, yeah, you don't have to think too hard. Well, here we got the ace nine off from Barack, stepping out versus the chip leader. Ace queen bet calls with the ace of hearts. Heart does come. This could get interesting. And Barack kind of, it's easy. Oh, check raise, play, however. But then when the chip leader calls you and you hit a card that maybe you could continue on, do you do it? He does. And now this is interesting for Smile the Hero, who has the key card. The board is paired. Big blind range, definitely has some full houses, some whatever. It's got more fives, right? So this is
Yeah.
interesting. Now he's getting called, and 7 comes on, ace 9 off. Does Barack wave the white flag? 1.2 stack to pot ratio about 1. Interesting spot for sure. What do you do here if you're Brock? Do you surrendered, or do you keep telling the story?
Check raise flop, bet turn. Does that what happened?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got. I would shove here.
And interesting for Smile the Hero, who kind of maybe doesn't expect to have the best hand, right? He got check raised, even like loses to 7-8, right? Something like that. So 7-4. I think and he's got the ace of heart, got to this point. It's a
You have
weird
like no
one.
showdown value versus any hands here if you're him.
Yeah, it's like a random bluff from Barack that kind of whatever. So yeah, I'd be curious if he just rips it in. Probably it does. There it goes.
Hmm.
There he is. Nicely played.
Yeah.
And he is off to 4.3, separating himself. At the moment, no knockouts so far. 20 minutes into the show. Hope you're enjoying. Again, we have Charlie Hook here, who plays high stakes cash games. Actually, been on my podcast as well. If you want to know more about him and can search him, he just played the 250K in the Bahamas, some other tournaments, but primarily a cash game player. So he knows his way around. This is a little deeper too, right? These guys, there is some deep stack. This isn't like 10, 15 blinds, so there'll be some play here today as
Yeah.
the stacks are deeper. So it's not too many short stacks.
So it's good for me to see something like this too. Just like realize I have to really reassess and do some work before I hop in this 250 in the world. See, the 250 in the World Series actually is going to be a lot softer than one in the Bahamas. There's going to be like way more business people, and then also guys that play like high stake cash and other things that are going to hop in, or some of the old school guys that aren't even really playing much anymore. Boy, here.
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely, this WSOP going to be very interesting. The new venue, pretty cool. Got the rebranding of the horseshoe this year actually at Bally's as well. So that'll be pretty nice and much cleaner and more welcoming than the Rio for sure. So doing a great job. Of course, GG and WSOP can win bracelets online. Should be August, September again, where you can win World Series of Poker bracelets online. And look at this, 9-10 suited gets a nice turn there, has 10 high, but has the world. And Smiley Hero kind of running away right now. 4.5 million, almost double second place. Nice spot to be.
I still can't believe that Mateo's open fold with sixes.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised on that, but I guess, yeah, I mean, under the gun, you hear about that 9-handed, but he was like mid position, middle late position.
Yeah, he was in the middle position.
Yeah.
What other guests have you had on since you've been doing this? I know you had Matt Seidman.
Yeah, that's out of one of the legends for sure. Not a household poker name, but definitely one of your favorites. You name it. You've been on here. You've had Rast and Antonio will be on next week. Who else do you know? I mean, Moneymaker, yeah, a bunch of guys, a lot of people. You name them, they've probably been on. So it's been a lot. I think I've done like 30 names on here so far.
Rast would be a good example of someone I would think that like the tournament games passed him by, where like he was, Rast is a great poker mind, one of the best poker minds of all time for sure. And even back, what was it, 2013, when like he was like more or less playing live by then. He wasn't really playing much online, and we played that private game. And I was actually surprised with how good he was still at no limit. And then even when he like dabbled back in tournaments a few years ago, it seemed like he like held his own. But what I'm saying is like you put Rast in. Rast is a great player, but you put him in like that 250K at the Bahamas. There's no way he's plus EV. Where in the World Series one, I would assume that like his edge is much bigger.
Yeah. I mean, Rast is a super smart guy. We were just talking about 5-card PLO, and he just kind of learning it and already picking up fast. Interesting check back there. Does decide not to go for it. With basically a give up, right? 9 high with the heart missing, but probably just player dependent knowing that. But to your point, I think Rast also, he's just able to study and learn so quickly and adapt.
Brewer's might go broke here. Brewer's gonna go broke here.
What's it, 20, 25 blinds? Yeah, definitely could. Who else? Yeah, so Jeremy Osmus has been on the show, who has been like just on an absolute super tear. Nacho Barbero just got 4th at the PSPC. Did you see that hand with what happened with Nacho?
Yeah, when he wasn't paying attention.
Crazy. Probably cost him a
Buckholder
million.
just jam here, you think?
No, not for 25. I don't think so. No, he'll raise and deuce, and then Brewer. I mean, I don't know, man. You think he's just snap ripping this?
Yeah,
I don't know. I guess 25 is close, but it probably.
Yeah, well, now he is.
Yeah. So, who else have we had? Yeah, we got a lot of good guests on here. Kata's been on. Malika Razavi, it was fun. The Espin, the World Series champ. Mana.
Yeah, Nacho hand, man. That's a night. He's gonna have nightmares for the rest of his life about that hand.
Yeah, still got 1.5 million, I think, but right, he probably cost himself a million, maybe the trophy in the deal. They made a deal, I think, three-handed too, right? So like, yeah, he cost himself for sure.
Someone in the 100K was saying they ran some numbers and it was like 1.8 million that cost them.
Sounds right.
It was a $1.8 million mistake. In theory.
Yeah, ace-8, all of a sudden 440 in the middle. And your opponent in the small blind definitely gonna have a wide range as well, right? With the stack size and covering. So this is an interesting hand. Let's see if ace-8 could just, also decides could just have the best hand too, right? He definitely could have the best hand, and now he
I
makes
don't
the
like
straight.
that check back from. I don't like that check back from Chris.
What do you think? What sizing would you have done there?
48. I would have bet half pot it so so I could shove pot on the river regardless.
Well,
I
he
don't
has
know.
made this straight on the river, and now 440 in the middle. He has got.
Well, now he's got to go like super small, right? Not super small, but
So this is to me why poker's so interesting, because it is like the sizings. There's so many different options at all different times, and just understanding your opponent, your perceived range, and this is
I
one
don't
where
even
you
like that bet.
yeah, it does. I as well don't love it in this spot, but again, Chris Brewer definitely one of the best players in the world, and they also have a lot of history with each other.
Yeah.
Just just realizing what are his bluffs, right? What could he have?
Where did Brewer come from? Like he was just like he just popped out and just started playing high roller. Like I've never even heard of him until recently.
He's been around for a little while now, a couple of years, but yeah, he's definitely had a lot of success. Came up quickly. I think he was like a track star at Oregon. He was like an athlete in college. He's got the rocking the um, Oregon logo there for his avatar, and he just sort of burst on. Seems like a sharp guy, and he's done very well. But he is going to win that pot. Nice fold there from Thomas Mulacher. That sizing kind of hard to call, as your
Yeah,
point.
that's what I'm
Would have
saying.
been
Like
smaller. Yeah,
does
this
GG
is
do they do the like the deal things that Stars used to do where you just like click a box and then you want to make a deal or whatever?
there is deal making, but not in the Super Millions. It's play it straight out, and actually pretty cool what GG is doing, which was announced recently. Is so this is the Super Millions every. Oh, nice, interesting shove here. Ace six going to get the better hand to fold, right? Ace nine. That's one of the advantages of doing this to play it this
Yeah.
way. I don't ace nine off cannot call for his stack. So pretty nice hand there. Bit high variance, but yeah, so they're going to do a live version, right? On the Hen and Mob. We can go look at your Hen and Mob, and you could have X amount of earnings, but maybe you've been in for more, right? Than actually you've even earned. Guys can have 30 million in earnings and not be profitable. The GG is going to do a Super Millions live, where it's I don't know if I can disclose the buy-in yet, but this has been announced, and they're going to keep like a leaderboard and keep track of how you do, right? And they'll throughout the series in the year, and there'll be a leaderboard, so it'll like kind of keep track of your P&L in a specific event. So that is coming up. That'll be pretty cool, and we are going to be involved with that, and can't wait to see how that emerges. Because that's one thing I love: results. I love rankings, all those cool things. But that is the interesting part about Hen and Mob is you just can't see the P&L, which is crazy, right? At some point, it's like if the guy's got 20 million earnings, you don't even know if he's winning or losing. So you could be at
Yeah.
250K, play every big tournament in the world, be the highest earner in the world, but not even be profitable.
And you don't know what events he has all himself, don't have all himself, he's selling, whatever, you just don't know. That's why, like, I don't know, just there should be some kind of tracker out there that keeps track of all that, where it just gives like a net. Like it'd be interesting to see.
Well, that's what they're doing. That's what they've decided to do with the Super Million. So of course that doesn't solve everything, but it'll be nice to have the players that want to battle and take part in that to really see, like, if there's enough volume in a year, say it's 10 tournaments, and you get to see who's the most profitable in this format, in a deep stack, a good environment where you get to keep track of the rebuys and the add-ons, and see who actually is net faring the best. So Yeah, it's something. It's not, it doesn't solve the whole thing, but it's fun. Poker players have ego, right? It's fun. You want to see who's the best, the rankings and all that. And I think that's one of the better ways to do that. Here, neither player loving the board. Smile the hero with 4-6 off, 545 in the middle, and 9-8. Mateos is going to improve from a 9 to a straight. Flush comes through, but still got to feel pretty good about his hand when it goes check, check, turn. What do you think here? Small bet, or do you think he goes a little larger? Maybe try to target somehow hitting
pairs
the
and
player
stuff.
2 pair. Yeah, I guess probably go bigger.
Yeah.
Okay, half pot. Nice hand. Mateos always dangerous. 2 million hovering in there.
Funny, the chat's talking about like MMA and NBA. It's pretty funny.
Well, LeBron tonight could set the record, right? That's 36
Oh,
points
yeah?
away. That's a pretty
How
big
many?
record. 36,
How many?
I think.
36?
I believe, yeah. I was just messaging Matt, telling him to come in and check out. That's crazy. We had Matt on here before you. We were, you know, I was gonna say this is a real thing. I'm not like being funny. I've heard this for years, and like the World Series, people talking about booth magic and people running good. Well, I've had like 5 or 6 guests that have come on here, and then they win it like a major event or they final table to do. We messed this up. We should have had you on a week ago with the little, you know, that was to get a little review and sort of thinking in tournament way. But Osmus has done it a few times. We've had Monig, Beiruzi came on here, final tabled this. There's been like 5 or 6 people. What, Sergio Edu came on and then won the Hard Rock 5K main event the next week. So there's some booth run good. So maybe you might want to hop in another tournament coming up here. Let's see. World Series is here before we know it.
I might suggest some people to hop on, then hopefully they can get some good wins.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly right. We are seeing a master class, some of the best in the world, some of the biggest names. Always fun to watch these, and we do appreciate you guys being here. Please hit that thumbs up. That is the first part of the giveaway. Hook has given 100. That will be added at the end, and you guys will get 50 or 100 as well, depending who wins. But you got to hit the thumbs up, and you got to be ready for the giveaway at the end. We'll announce it.
I can't believe nobody's been knocked out yet.
It's funny though, like I think the last one that there was like we were down to 4-handed in like 35 minutes, and then it took forever, and then sometimes it takes a while, and then it just goes fast. Like Smile the Hero's got a pretty big lead, right? He's starting to separate a little. If he can keep doing that, things will continue to probably go fast. But we are up again, blinds 25K, 50K with the 6,000 Annie per player, and we are still 9-handed, as Hook has mentioned. Thank you for watching. Almost 1,000 here so far, and we are going to see Chris Rudolph on the button with Ace-7 off. I think Chris Rudolph has one of the more, like his resume is very impressive. He's had a lot of huge wins online. He has 13,673,000. Yeah, he's got the most earnings on GG with 13.6 million out of here. He does have a title in season 2 as well on the Super Millions, and showed his class with that Queen's flat, avoided disaster. Some people might have gone out. If you go out 9th when you're 2nd, that's pretty brutal.
He's German?
Yeah, I believe so. He's rocking the Austrian flag. All right, Ace-7 off, gonna bet. Madani has top pair. Decide if he's gonna call or check raise. I mean, just seems like one of those spots that, yeah, this is again, Chris just knows, bet small. He is going to put Madani in a spot to decide on what to do here. If he wants to just go ahead and raise it on up, or Paul does go ahead and decide to raise with top pair and some backdoor draws to go along with it. Does go ahead and kick it up. What do you think? You think LeBron gets it 36 tonight at home, LA? I mean, it feels like
Yeah.
one of those. You don't think he's going to get it?
Who are they playing?
Oklahoma City, OKC, as Bill
I mean,
Perkins says.
I guess if he wants to get it tonight, he's gonna get it. If he wants to, he's gonna score 36, right? But like,
I,
if he set out to break it tonight, he's gonna break it. But if he's just there to be like, play his best and try and get a win, like you just don't know. It's not like what's he
I,
average? Probably 20 something.
I would bet. I would bet a fair amount he gets it tonight because, like, imagine he gets 27 or 28. You know what I mean? Like getting it.
I'll tell you. I'm gonna look on Pinnacle real quick and see what his points tonight are supposed to.
It's actually a sick over under because it is close. But I would, if you made me bet a big amount, like if you put a gun to my head, I would say he gets it. I just don't think he wants to get it when it's like 4 points. Like imagine next game, the first quarter, he passes the record, like like in the first quarter versus a thing, and he's at home. I think next game's at home, but that also, like, I think he's kind of mapped it out for himself, and I think that I would bet that he gets it.
Let's see. I'm looking at it right now. See where LeBron's at for tonight.
It's probably close. I'd say it's an underdog. It has to be. 36 is a lot.
32.5 points. He's over under.
Yeah.
So he's a dog, but yeah, I like your side actually.
Yeah,
I'll take the over 32.5.
He's gonna get it. It's just one of those. It's one of those match. It's a pretty big record. I mean, that's a record that's been around for a long time. I think he's gonna.
It's incredible. It's an incredible record.
Come with it.
He still has a couple seasons left, so I mean, nobody's ever gonna break that. I can't say that nobody will ever break it, but he's been playing NBA and he's been an all-star caliber plus player since year one.
Yeah,
I actually think his senior year in high school he could have started the NBA. I mean, he definitely could have as a senior in high school.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's a good point. It is incredible. It's incredible what he's done. It would have been Kyrie Irving looked like he was going to go there for a second. That would have been interesting. They're kind of having a make a washy season here, but see what happens. And at the moment,
it was good for the Sixers.
Yeah, they're definitely looking good for sure. No blood so far here at this final table. Tommaso is down to 590, still 12 blinds. No one's super short, and a bit of that is with the amount of registrations for this tournament. You can see the prize pool, 343,000, very healthy. A little more chips in play, a little more people in the tournament. And right now, Queen 5 off, going to muck against two very strong players in the big blind. What's your cutoff there for raising with the hand? Like, you cover both players, Queen 5 off. I mean, when you're raising on the button in the stacks, what are you weighing in terms of importance? Their stacks, their ability.
I'm so wide on my button raises, man, and even my I get sticky on the big blind. I mean, on the button too. Like I get pretty. Yeah, it's not good. Like I'm opening a lot there. Like I would have opened it. If I was him, I would have opened there.
As it stands, King Deuce suited, 8-3 off. So we see a limp isolate call, and both players do hit the board here. 8-3 offsuit is a pretty good flop if you're gonna raise blind on blind as a bluff and flop middle pair. But see if he decides to continue here. Probably does, right? I mean, he's just gonna have the best hand sometimes. His hand's not amazing. I would expect a bet of some sizing here, but he doesn't bet. Interesting. I would think to bet. I know general thinking is you want to, with a mild hand, show down, but I would just think that as played, you just kind of bet. But maybe that was actually not a good line of thinking. Pretty good card for Brewer, right? 10 now pairs. You have the 8. You raised, and he has control of the hand. And Mulacher does have a pair. Hard to make a pair and hold them. So I think Chris probably now starts betting something, but let's see. There it is. Does go for some protection. And Mulacher a little unlucky here. Had the best hand and did flop a pair and won't be able to fold for this. Well, in a vacuum, look, what's more exciting to you? Let's say you're playing for a tournament. You see $1 million, $2 million prize pool, or even more, or you're playing a cash game, millions of dollars. What do you think is more gets the blood flowing more? It's hard to it's hard to tee it up the same, right? Are you in the money?
What do I enjoy more?
Yeah.
And the thing, obviously tournaments is cashing. I'm so comfortable. Like I don't get any adrenaline pumps, or I don't feel it. Like regardless of how big we're playing or the pots I've won, it's just so tournaments do give that to me. But honestly, the thing about tournaments, the cash games. I like the privacy of it. I just I even at 250, it's just like it's like I don't know. I just yeah. I mean, obviously, I wouldn't shy away from a $3-4 million score in a tournament. I'd be happy and whatever. Obviously, it's public information. It's just like I don't know, man. You just you get a tournament score and like you just got to deal with a lot of people hitting you up.
A lot of uncles, distant cousins, people come out of the woodwork. Yeah, it's true. That's a good point too. The new you find new family. A 23andMe searches go up. Everything is elevated for sure. Well, here three-way, everyone with the suited ace. Don't see that often. Ace nine suited, ace jack suited, ace nine of hearts. Going to be the most interested here. Smile the hero. Has the chip lead. Ace jack suited actually has the best hand. Definitely realizes possible, even though three-way with the action, a little bit hard to have the best hand here, but he does.
Yeah, it's hard to have the best hand here. Okay, this is weird. So obviously Madani's going to call here. The weird part about it is, think about this. Any hand that hero is betting here except for this, that's a bluff. Oh shit, that's dirty.
Bet Jungle Man, another guest on the show, bet your gutters always says, and that is the jungle school of thinking. He is going to do that and connect with the absolute nutter butters. And what does he do? I mean, I guess he's too afraid he's going to get checked back on. So I guess you got to just go. You got called on the turn. The heart draw misses. You have no hearts in your hand. There's maybe sometime you could think about. I just think situationally, right? This is not a spot where you expect your opponent to be out of line, but check raise would be pretty filthy. Although I just don't think that's the time for it.
Yeah,
probably big, right? Yeah, you just big. Hope two pair, king 10, queen 10.
even like king 9. You want to have king 9 here. King jack, king queen. Yeah, king.
Yeah, I like it. I like nice fold. Well, obviously can't really be hard to hero there, but I like the hand. I like the bet. I just think the size on the turn, he set himself up nice. Would have been curious if he had just whiffed. What happened? He did make the stone cold nuts, and then we will be at a next hand. Still 9-handed. We are 45 minutes in, coming up on, and Chris Rudolph, who avoided the queens to aces. Dangerous player. I think he had some big scores online, but maybe even on GG, like the main event or something, because he has 13.6 million on GG in earnings alone. So pretty impressive. And Mateos here in the big blind, 2 million, ace 4 off, closing the action. Tricky hand to play out of position. But let's see. I guess for one blind, he would still have what he's got exactly. Look at that hook. The ace 4 off fold. I mean, not crazy, but you're not going to see every player make that fold.
What am I doing?
I told you we should have put you 1 week earlier. Trust me, every week it's an interesting. It's just interesting to see the way that people. But again, what is fun too? It's like this is a final table, right? It's not the early
Black Friday. Remember how tournaments used to go? You should watch some wild scoop final tables. Like it was just
3-bet, 4-bet, 5-bet, 6-bet, min clicking. Yeah. Raj, remember Raj? Bad Cards AA. Like he was like king of that.
Oh yeah, yep.
He would do that a lot.
Again, I didn't play many tournaments. When I did, I don't know. The tournament players were pretty bad back then. They were just bad. They just weren't good at no limit. They were just clicking buttons, man. Yeah, see the tournament players today are got it pretty figured out.
Definitely gotten tougher, but at the same time, there's a lot of new players, a lot of new people coming into the game, and poker's alive. You see the results, right, from the entries at some of these special events, and and record 25Ks, record 10Ks. And yeah, it seems like
GT doesn't do any live series. They don't do a live series yet, right? Or they have none, or they will, or
I mean, they're affiliated with WSOP, so like the WSOP brand and GG are like
that's right.
synonymous, and then they do the bracelets online, which is pretty cool that you can.
Are they affiliated with Triton?
They do some stuff with them as well. Like they're definitely have a presence in Triton, some sponsorship and some back and forth. So yeah, kind of all aligned with the marquee brands, definitely. But they're primarily, focused on online, as they are dominating with the software guarantees, all of it. Definitely how you got second, right? You lost a flip to David Peters, I remember, in a bracelet too, like the 7K, something like that. Was it
Last
was
summer,
like a
not
flip.
this past summer.
Yeah, it was
Not
like
this
right when
past
we did
summer,
the
the summer before.
podcast.
Yeah. Wait, was it
Yeah.
this summer?
It was ace jack to
Was
sevens.
it this summer?
I think it was on it was like
It was
October.
2020, 2021, all right?
Yeah, I think it was in the like November, October or something, or September. It was like the online in that time.
No. It was definitely in the summer because I was on the beach earlier that day. It was definitely in the summer because I was at the beach. I think it was 2021. Hold on, let me look.
Trying to remember, but
Um,
I know, because I remember I was in Austria. I remember I was streaming and we did our podcast there. I thought it was like right around that time. I thought it was like later in the year, but maybe it was September or August. Maybe it was August, I
no,
think.
it was like July or August for sure.
Yeah, probably August makes sense. August 2021. Jack three off,
Uh,
two
yeah,
overs.
July 25th, 2021. July 5th,
Okay.
2021. Yep.
What do you think about online
Yeah, I was
bracelet versus live?
one card away from a bracelet. That would have been it for me. I was like, all right, I got my bracelet. Like, look, I don't really care about accolades, but it would have been cool. I mean, obviously, it's cool to get a bracelet, but the World Series poker bracelet has been so diluted, in my opinion, throughout the years. Like, it's just not. To me, it doesn't have the same significance it had as it did when I was 22 years old.
Yeah, it doesn't, but yeah, it's almost at the same time. That's like why you need to. Well, now you have 3 kids. I have kid, another on the way. It's harder to play tournaments, but same thing. Like it's just one of those things. Want to have. I also was one hand away, ace jack to king 10, all in for a bracelet. But that was like 2011, and that's the crazy part. It's like a
You got
Super
River
Bowl.
too. Peter's River me.
No, it was all in pre ace jack king 10, but it was like we had 13 and 11 blinds or something, so it was basically for it. But yeah, that's even sicker. Yours is
Like,
definitely
I don't know if I want to if I want a bracelet in like the 250, or if I did play the main event or something like that, or like some of these other ones like the Players Championship or something. But if I just won, like, I don't know, it's still cool. Whatever. I don't know.
yeah. Yeah, it's just it's one of those things. We've played a long time, right? But that's what I'm saying, like a Super Bowl or heads up for a bracelet, like, oh, I could do it. It's like hard to actually get there, right? You get to the Super Bowl, look at players and careers and stuff who never been to a Super Bowl or never won. And it's just it's nice to have that feather for sure.
Yeah.
But what do you think about online versus live? You like if you win a bracelet online or live, you think it really matters, or you're a World Series bracelet holder in your mind?
Oh no, I don't think it matters that way. No, I think the fields are larger live. It seems like in most spots, but I would think that the online ones are tougher though.
Yeah. I mean, the thing that it gets kind of weird when it's like, I mean, they're doing like the Asia Pacific ones or these other areas where it's like 30, 40 person fields. And then also online, they're like, oh, Pennsylvania World Series poker bracelet winner.
Yeah.
It's like 30 people or 40 people in a 2,500, which is like, but at the same time, like, look at Helmuth, a lot of respect for his tournament game. He's got 16 bracelets, but back in the day too, they were playing like 40, 50 person fields a lot too. Right. So it's like, I don't know.
I feel like if I really wanted a bracelet, like I would just go spend 2 weeks in Pennsylvania every summer and I would win one, like within a few summers, probably the first summer, because yeah, I would assume I would win one.
Yeah, if there's 30, 40 person fields and there's a series of events, for sure, it's definitely a numbers game. But yeah, anyway, it's a debate. I think it's they're both equally, I don't think it should be an asterisk or a separate category, because I think it is tougher to win online a lot of the time.
I like to see a number of bracelets that have been awarded over the last 15 years.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be a good stat. I mean, they're kicking up what 60, 70, 80 a year at the live, and then online there's a handful as well. And now they do it for not just they do international and regular. So yeah, it'd be interesting stat to see. We have seen no blood so far.
I would say over 2,500 bracelets over the last 10 years.
Yeah, I mean it's basically like 80 a year per live, or 100 maybe with like the other series. So 100 a year on live, and then online, whatever. It's a lot as well. So yeah, it's probably about right. All right, Madini 4-5 suited under the gun. Nikita been quiet, had that ace-6 off shove, got ace-9 to fold on the button, and here tens. Not gonna likely have a customer. Chris Brewer jack-9 offsuit against one open, closing the action. A lot of respect. We're seeing like some really tight button fold or big blind folds in general. Curious here at this stacked up what he does. Does call. Could have himself a bit of a problem here.
Yeah.
But Nikita, pretty nice flop, right? You have tens over pair to the board, one caller, big blind. Definitely can hit his range too, but you know, this is the dream scenario where your opponent has just a piece, 5 outs twice. And he goes big. Nice sizing. Gonna target a hand like this.
Yeah, you think George just shoves here?
No.
Yeah, it's a tough spot for Chris.
I think he just call. I would think. I can't imagine just shoving. I also folding seems absurd, but it kind of
Can't
seems
fold.
like
Yeah, you got to call, right? And just
it would be a hell of a exploitative fold, that's for sure. But it's a big bet. Does call brick turn. And now what does Nikita do with the SPR close to 1, stack to pot ratio about what is in the middle, what he has in his stack? Yeah, price. You know, maybe is it just is it all of it? I don't know. It is big bet. $400. So big sizing, not all of it, but big. And this is where you get paid the big bucks. This is where I constantly see players just making great decisions in close spots. Does Brewer get away here from this? But you know, he starts thinking about his range. There's no flushes. He blocked jack 10 is the most immediate draw, right? Which he has a jack. So I could definitely see him folding here.
yeah, he beats like sevens.
Yeah, sevens, or like even somehow, yeah, does ace king ever take this line? Probably not often as a bluff, or ace queen.
Ace 10.
Yeah, it does find a fold. So nicely done by Brewer. Nice fold and good size on the flop. Nikita chips up, and man, yeah, I just wonder, will anyone bust? Tomesso has chipped up 9-16 for Barack Wizbrod, and everything else sort of going as planned for the chip leader. Smile the Hero chipped up to 4.5 million. And ace jack suited, gonna go ahead and rip it in on Mateos under the gun, jack queen suited. So this is a little bit wide with ace jack suited, 9-handed under the gun raised, but besides it's the best hand and does go in. Also risk premium a bit lower. There's another look at the payouts on the big screen. No player has filled in yet. 9 remain, 49K guaranteed, almost 5 buy-ins. Of course, this is a re-entry for some players in for more than the 110K, but nice ROI up top there. And not a lot of, man, like the aces to queens, like we could have seen 1-2 collide and we don't see it, and now we haven't really seen a lot of violence. There hasn't been. It's been pretty post flop, pretty controlled, and we are still 9-handed almost an hour in, which is probably close to a record. And Flying Ape asking about risk premium. So risk premium basically means if you are the shortest stack, you have the lowest risk premium. Because if you're Tomesso and you risk your stack and you get knocked out, it's not a big deal. If you were Chris Rudolph, your highest risk premium, you're in second, and if you get ninth, it's a massive disaster. Look at that, it's 200 and what, 20,000 difference between what you're technically positioned and what you get. So you would have a very high risk premium. The shorter stacked you are, the lower that's that term that we talk about, and that is how it works. So shorter you are, the less you have to worry about.
Dude, the chat's hilarious.
That's good. Quality. It's a lot of friendly, fun people. There's also people, troll and do their thing, and we got a wide range on here, but very, very overall, I'd say I've loved the YouTube audience. Twitch has been fun as well, but spent a lot of time here now. I think I've done like 30 weeks here roughly on the show. It's been entertaining, been fun, and a lot of familiar faces. Tens to the river, has the best hand, pretty good run out, ace for Chris. Not gonna be so worried about the ace. Does have a queen tens, and Mateos has a decision here. Does he want to bluff with queen 7 off? Definitely not expecting to have the best hand very often, and see if Chris value bets. I think he will. Yeah, I mean, this has been, so we are about an hour in, no knockouts. Last time 2 weeks ago, we had about 5 knockouts in 25 minutes. And this is still a relatively deep stack final table. Ace king, couple hands here. Barack could get out of line. We got 8-9 suited, not the time to play that stack. Most likely, you did see Ike playing some hands like this, right? On sort of later position with the stack size, but not on the button here, and a lot of people behind. It's gonna fold. Guess we'll just go heads up with Smile the Hero in the big blind with a pair. Pretty dry flop, but 6 is still in the lead. All right, 6 is still in the lead. 5 on the turn. Pretty clean turn card. 4 6s, maybe even some protection here. Sees the check back on the flop, but also just stay vulnerable hand. Does check, very reasonable. Chris respecting the risk premium situation, just kind of not trying to play big pots. Does go ahead and bet here. Decides that he might have the best hand and price the river as well. If he does get called, then he may just get it to be checked too on the river. I like the size. All right, so 6 is the rich get richer. Chris again doesn't lose much. He still has 2.5 million. Smile the Hero up to 4.8 million chips. It's got command of the table at the moment, and wow, this shows you like there's also when you watch hole cards, when you got the whale gift going there, when you watch the hole cards up, it's so hard to get a premium hand. Not one player has a pair. Ace 7 off, I think the best hand distributed here. And Tommaso in the big blind. Oh wow, Ace 7 off folds. Smile the Hero, does he maybe 3x?
Someone wrote something about Nano in the chat. So is Nano Noko still around?
He's been in the mix. He had a child as well and hasn't been as active, but he did for a while. He was one of the hosts of the show. He did on here for a stretch. So there was like a set pairing this time. Now we do just weekly rotate with the guests, but
I probably played 5 million hands with Nano.
Wow, that's a like Supernova Elite back in the day.
Maybe not that much, but a couple million hands. I mean, we played together same games for years on years. I mean,
yeah. I remember watching him in the Bahamas do that world record, the Guinness, like 40 tables.
Oh yeah,
winning session. That was pretty incredible. Pretty incredible. And here, aces, what a spot, the short stack. I think, do Do you see a fold here? Chip leader with deuces, flipping at best when he gets shoved on. I don't know if he's just really wanting to call off here. He's just picking up chips uncontested. Does he call flip at best? I mean, it doesn't seem like a great spot, although the blinds, it's close. Yeah, good fold. I like folding there.
Hook 21-20. Someone just asked me what my online name was back in the day. Hook 21. Well, it still is, but I don't play anymore. Hook 21-20 on Poker Stars. I played mostly cash games, 90% cash. I played like the Sundays and scoops and W coops, but primarily just cash from 2-4 no limit all the way up to 5,100 no limit, 6 max, heads up, a little bit of full ring, but not much.
Yeah. Yeah, it's yeah, I think that's, I mean, honestly, like that's probably the best effective way to play poker is play cash, be a cash game player, and then dip into some bigger tournaments and stuff. I think it's really hard to play only tournaments, but you do see people do it. All right, ace, queen, and nines. Could see something here, although again, probably just gonna go bet call. See with the stack size, he could just rip it, but I think more conventional call. Gets a favorable flop, 6-8-5 nines. Very strong flop for nines. Chris Brewer, ace, queen. Can't love that against the big blind defend.
Have you had Negreanu on here?
He has not been on here. Podcast on a couple, but not the GG Super Millions. So we'll have yeah, we'll have Mr. GG, the man himself. We'll definitely get him on. Antonio next week will be fun. I feel like he's been out of sort of social media or any kind of anything at all for a while. So that'll be interesting to hear his commentary tournament game for sure. Rusty, the one drop winner, but it'll be good to catch up with him. And nines here, 2 spades out there. Nine's gonna bet 100,000. It's called.
Yeah, bang. I do not agree with that.
I guess he's planning to bluff the spade, but also just thinks he could have the best hand against 10x or something. So does fold there. Interesting call.
And
Yeah, I'm a little surprised on that.
I'm looking at the chat. I would sign a year contract if I could freaking play Nanoko heads up live cash every day. Trust me. This chat's hilarious.
Yeah, that is the real Brewer and Mateos. They are those guys you see. They play the highest stakes tournaments in the world and also the highest stakes tournaments online in the world, which is what you're seeing here. 10K weekly, GG Super Million final table from Sunday.
You think Antonio will play the 250 at the World Series?
Yeah, I mean, maybe he's just not.
Last time I was with him, he made it seem like he was done with tournaments.
Yeah, he is, but
Kyle Haken, what's up, man? I'm surprised Kyle's watching this.
I know Kyle. I remember Kyle. Yeah, he played a lot of poker, didn't he, back in the day too, in like the early days.
Kyle was a heads up single player, like a hyper turbo guy, I think. Who the hell's Charlie Carroll? Charlie Carroll?
You know who Charlie is.
Is that dude that was always going back and forth on Twitter with Doug with the long hair?
Yeah, yep. They've sparred for sure. That's right. He's let's see. Oh wow, hold on here. Jack, let me pick up the action. Jack 9-6s. We got King 7 deuce rainbow sixes best hand. Good to see the turn. Nice to see what kind of a white flag here. Let's see what he does if he wants to block or bet or just check the side. I think a lot of times you do see a smallish bet in these situations. There it is, 10%. Okay, look at this, a little raise, 50K. This one you don't see that often when the 10% probe and then a raise, though. This is curious what Thomas is going to do. Do you think he finds a call here? This is like an unconventional spot. You don't see that often.
I would have went a little bigger if I was Hero, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it almost looks scarier, but does Mulacher to call? He's got to call 165 to win a pile. Look at that. Wow. Man, this guy's not missing right now. If he's dialed in, he's got over 5.2 million. Blinds are up. This is the level. I think we'll start seeing some all-ins, right? Tommaso Baldasso is at 817. Mulacher also at 800. And there is no one out. We are over an hour into the show. We have seen no knockouts. 9 players are still in. All right, 6, 7. There you go. There's your guy, Hook Madani, who is taking the button, showing the open wide 2.5 million. And we are still 9-handed. And 10-8 off. Look at your guy, Madani, coming into it.
Amanda's just messaging me asking if I'm able to pick Chris up from score or not. So we'll see. Sorry about that.
No worries. We're gonna get yeah, hopefully we start getting some action going and gets to it. I mean, 9-handed so far, no movement. And here we go. Wow, Smile the Hero puts a 7 out there. I don't know what that was about, but he needs a 7. Chris Brewer is all in, jammed on the 10-8 off.
Oh.
7 emoji and GG. First knockout, 8 left. Chris Brewer, good game. There's a look at him. His GG Super Millions rank 127. Will be out 4 million over the mark now in GG tournament earnings. And that is our first knockout of the day. Kind of a cooler, but couldn't avoid it. They had a mullet bet or something. Yeah, there's some bet. I think he's been rocking a mullet for a while. I don't really know what that was about, but he's got, I believe, a wager of sorts, but he's been wearing it for a while.
Oh, Brewer?
Yeah.
He didn't have a mullet at PCA, did he?
Oh, I didn't have it. Maybe I didn't see him there. So maybe he got rid of it. I think he did it for like a year or 2. Jack 9, Ace 8 suited. Tommaso has been out flop. It is a under the gun raise versus the big blind. He kind of has a tough spot now. He gets defended. Does he want to put this is an important pot for him? But
yeah, it is.
Not the best flop, and the sides against betting into a chip leader who can put a lot of pressure with a wide variety of hands on him. And now Smile the Hero has to decide, does he want to try to take this pot here, put some pressure, maybe protect? Gotta believe the player though, with like, a strong holding would be betting most of the time with so many draws out there in his stack, but does check it over, still has the best hand. Tricky spot. This is the thing though. If Thomas can't really bet, he doesn't, and now he doesn't have a winner, and Smile on the River can really do a lot of different things. Got to be confident he's got the best hand. I guess, 10s or jacks might check, right? There are some hands he loses to that he would be getting checked to, but probably go for a small bet here. Yep. There we see again.
Do they go and break after this hand?
There's a delay, so we don't have to. It'll fast forward through the break.
Well, I'm gonna need like a 2-minute restroom break.
Yeah, go for it.
I'll be right back.
I'll ask Bill about that. I'm not sure. I know there was a wager. I didn't think that was with Bill, but maybe I guess that seems specific, the amount and things. So I will check on that, but sounds legit. Jack 9 gonna win. Smiley Hero has had it all working. 5.4 million chips. He is kind of having a field day. He's rocking the gifts. He's having fun. Who went 8-handed, 343 up top, and here with some other short stacks as he just ripped this for 10 blinds. Doesn't affect him that much. He gets called and loses. It's got to be hard for Tomasco to raise. So I think he is going to shove here actually. There is some other short stacks with 1,800,000 and nice play. I like it. I like it. I like it. Ace Queen suited. Mateos trying to get unhinged, try to get it going here. He has been fairly quiet, but got a tough seat with the chip leader directly to his left and 2 over. And he will raise. Take it up. No harm, no foul. Ace Queen takes it down. Hope you're all having a good time. What up, CJ Parsons? A lot of people. Man of Straw plays bingo online. Jeff Gross, real name. Hello. Lottery tickets in 2023. Actually, never really got into the lottery ticket stuff, but I could see how that could get the blood flowing. Maybe do something with a group, be a part of it, have some fun. I know there's some poker players that have organized big pools. Seems like a good strategy if you're gonna do that. And I am on delay. What up, Sage Derby? A lot of friendly faces here. We do appreciate Hook. I've known Hook for probably 15 years, played a lot of poker together. Met back in the Atlantic City. Actually was there when he met his now wife, Amanda. And yeah, it's cool to see. Hook's plays some of the highest stakes cash games in the world and just fired a 250K in the Bahamas. No success there, but had a good time. And that was fun. It was fun to be down. And I missed you guys last week, but I did play that 25K, 1,000+ entry, 25K, and hadn't really missed a millions in a long time. So it's good to be back. And I will be joining you next week with Antonio Esfandiari. So you guys will not want to miss that. He is a rare unicorn these days to see him on any kind of, just kind of does his own thing and relaxes. And yeah, great guy, great player. One of my closest friends as well, same as Hook. And it's nice to have close friends on, not just great poker players, but people that I know well. So I hope you guys are enjoying. I will check on the giveaway winners. Listen, there is a sheet. When we get the winner, we put it on, and GG does handle it. Sometimes it can get lost in the shuffle, or it could be a name wrong or a confusion about something. So I'm
back. I miss anything?
Nah, not really. Just Smile the Hero, shove 5-6 off blind on blind, put some pressure on Tommaso, and here we are. 5s. I mean, this guy's really. I chose him. He was a chip leader, so not like a rocket science.
He's playing good too. Like even the deuces ball.
Yeah. Yeah, I think seems to just kind of have the right recipe at all times. So that's sort of avoiding.
Yeah, but you know how that goes. We have the chips. It's easier to make the decisions like that. It seems like everything's running out perfect. So, I actually got to head out at like 2:50. So, well, 2:50 my time, so 3:50 Eastern time. Is that gonna be an issue?
It'll hurt, but we'll close. I can close it down. I can hold it down for sure. We appreciate the commentary and the time, and absolutely not a problem. I can definitely handle it. And honestly, it's usually over around that time. But today, 8 left. I think we're shooting. You know, never know. You know, it could be history. Maybe Smile the Hero sees some crazy stuff and knocks out a bunch at a time. Though he does have a pretty big lead, right? The blinds are up. People are getting shorter. He's separated himself. So we'll see if it's potentially over by then. But
this should be it for somebody right here. This is either gonna. So, yeah, Muckler is definitely shoving here. What?
Well, he committed. He basically went all in. So he just decided that he didn't want to call off with 8. But yeah, that's a little tight. But at the same time, I guess he's just kind of figuring he's going to flip almost always. But yeah, I think that's a little tight. Be curious if Mulaker's, if he does ladder up. Look at Chris Rudolph. Do you see that?
No, I missed it. What happened?
He just folded 7s.
Wow. And I just
Oh,
realized.
well, it wasn't open, but still, yeah, under the gun open.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I could see that with like the stacks behind you. It's just annoying you call there, and like yeah, it seems fine to be calling sevens there with the chip leader open on their gun and all the stacks behind. You got the muck holder with only 11 big blinds. It's annoying you call sevens there, and muck holder shoves. You got to call. Well, I mean, that's probably not even a worst case scenario for calling sevens there.
Yeah, Smiley Hero. It's all been working. There's a Madani showed the 10-8 offsuit open and definitely is definitely showing that he's willing to mix it up a bit, at least get in with some lighter holdings. And here we go. Kings 5-3 off. Does Mateos come with the limp? Probably going to be a limp strategy in general here.
That's what I was thinking. Limp here, yep.
Nice. And Smiley Hero X is just kind of one of the chalk hands, one of the worst hands. His best and worst, he's going to raise, check back a lot of middling hands. So the question now is, does Mateos take it a step further and just call, let him walk the dog, or does he go ahead and pop it up here? So he goes for the class, goes for the master class, just going to check in. Now he's got, it's hard to be that, have your opponent like that airball and miss, but this is like a real whiff here.
Fancy the deuce in the turn.
Yeah, of course. Got to be something 6 or a deuce pair. It's not going to be a 9. We know that, but it does check, and that's one of the better cards for Smiley Hero. First of all, Mateos, not what he wants to see. Second of all, it does pick up some immediate equity. He has about 4 outs once, 10%. See if he's going to go for this or check. And he, by checking the flop, definitely does have some aces.
He's going to bet this. He's betting this turn for sure after checking the flop.
Yeah. And
Mateos calls.
Yes, surely not folding. Doesn't have a club in his hand either, but first got to be worried, right? Definitely a likely your opponent does have. Oh my lord, hook. Maybe we're trying to get you to daycare on time. Get you to pick up. This is I mean, that is like quite a run out. Like this is like if you're a poker player and you like talk about trapping and kings and whatever. Like this is a nightmare. You got a guy with 5-3 off on a 10-9-4.
Yeah, you went the 6 deuce run out though. You went the 6 deuce run out, but this is still good. I mean, obviously.
Of course. I mean, what a wild run. He's gonna go for blood here too. This is gonna be a big. This might be the over bet, right? Your opponent, you hope, has the ace. Yeah,
you think he'll just put Mateos all in?
No, but maybe like it's gonna be healthy. At least 500, maybe 750. Yeah, it's gonna be big. 800. I mean, yeah, it's over pot for the full 666. Putting a little numerology out there.
Well, I think Mateos might call here. Oh, such a dreadful spot for Mateos. I know. Shit. That is brutal.
He's got the Rambo thing coming out here. He's just
I think I'm more likely to call there for Mateos if it was bet jam than like check back the flop. Right? Like when he's checking back the flop, he's checking back a lot of aces. Yeah. For him to check back the flop, bet the turn when a flush draw came on the turn with the ace, and then bet the river. I mean, I don't know. It's a shit spot, but yeah, actually, I'd probably fold there from Mateos.
It's crazy though. Also, that
it's a shit run out though. It's like the most annoying run out ever for him because it's like
yeah,
the cards that.
Yeah, you also whole cards up, right? It's like the guy kind of in a way you could just like close your eyes, chip leader. You know he's gonna have air ball and kind of call down most runouts. So yeah, I think it's definitely a tricky.
Daniel G. William wrote, "Lucky there was an ace there." Not really. Like, kind of makes it more annoying for Adrian.
Yeah, for sure. An immediate hands, he loses to a bunch of hands all of a sudden, and this is maybe Smile the Hero's first real dicey spot where he's in trouble here. So he's got
Sorry, he's
eights.
gonna hit a 7 on the river.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Now he's actually got yeah, he's got 7-8 is the nuts. He's got 2 8s. Definitely. He also just realizes he's gonna have some good showdown. So he does bet here, and Madani, who is in a healthy position, starting to get a little boards. Just just saw kings just get smoked the hand before. He's got him himself here. Little different situation. He's in position. Does have the best hand. Fairly clean run out on the river. No spade. You beat a lot of hands here. And I guess Smiley Hero is gonna likely set the price and bet maybe medium, small. Could get hero by ace, king, ace, queen. Loses to hands that he doesn't have to call a big river bet. I would bet he bets like 200 or something, and goes with 100. Very small bet actually. And Madani, this is almost too much to just call, right? You almost feel
Yeah,
like
I'd
you
raise
should value,
here.
but for that
Go like
size,
470.
yeah, you're kind of letting Smile the Hero get away with a little too much by with off the hook with a lot of hands with this size. Yeah, maybe 500 even. There you go. 510
510, yeah.
upstairs. And Smile the Hero. This guy also, we saw open 8-10 off. Don't know if that's on the delay yet. He's been a little more active.
Be dirty if Smile to Hero goes all in here.
That would be sick. I actually yeah, that would be a very interesting spot. And Barack gonna show 6 of spades, pretty significant card. Barack Wisbrod. Ace 2 suited. Madani catching a little heat up to 3 million. He is in second place right now. Suited ace. Gotta believe he's gonna be opening here. He's open 10-8 off in other spots with less chips. Button is the chip leader, but doesn't mean he just gets to play everything. Mateos with Jack 10 suited, 10 blinds.
Yeah, he's gonna shove this, obviously. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see the open by Madani. So yeah,
Also,
I mean,
shortest stack, one guy that Madani he knows can be opening pretty wide, but yeah, it does give it up. Chris Rudolph closing
no, you
action,
can't
king
shove
3
Jack 10
suited.
suited there with it. I'd see the open
Yeah.
one or on +1.
Yeah, 10's just not enough. King 3 suited doesn't flop extremely well, but does kind of have one of those dry board backdoor double galore spots. King 3 also could just be the best hand. We know Madani has chips and willing to open light.
Yeah, I don't mind like a check raise here by Chris Rudolph, right?
Yeah, check raise. I think he might call. I don't think he's going to just fold depending on the size, especially if it's like quarter pot, third pot, but does just get out of the way. Chris Rudolph seems to really have a good grasp of where he's at, what's going on, and not get himself in tough spots. Yeah, that nacho hand, like I watched the clip, man, that was disgusting. I was just talking about, I mean, I don't understand. So he basically was distracted or so. He just didn't see an open and he shoved blind on blind. Is that what happened? And then the guy had chips behind.
I think so, something like that, yeah.
Ooh, this might just go jam, and obviously 8's pretty big fist pump call. Scary though, scary. Never easy. Never easy. Clean flop. Still good. One more to come. 6.82% fades it, and Chris, a blemish on his day overall, gets a tough spot, and that's going to even things out even more. So that would have been our second knockout. We don't get it, and all of a sudden Mulacher and Omesso are our shortest stacks. Smile.
What's the latest one these have ever ran?
There's been 3-hour ones, but I'd say on average it's like 2. They're about 2 hours and change, 2:15. So it's, there's been 3 hours a couple times. But
so Simon was able to stay on here the whole time?
It wasn't easy for him, that for sure. The focus is that was a real tough spot, but he did it.
I would have. Are these on YouTube? I have to watch that one back.
Yeah, no, he's dropping knowledge. He's making his predictions, and doing his thing. And Simon plays some tourneys. He does. He's in there. He's definitely in there. He sends me his chip lead stacks on when he's in tournaments, and you know, he's got an unconventional style, but he can get it done. When's the last time you saw Matt?
Might have been 2012 Olympics.
No way.
I don't know. It's
that was a fun trip.
Yeah, I don't know when I've seen him since then.
Yeah. Wow, a decade? That can't be right. Next time you come to
had to be like, I mean, it's probably it's probably been 10 years, honestly.
You didn't play with him down here when we were here? You never saw him in the last 5 years ago or something? I thought we all met.
Yes. We played one time. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, we played it was a smaller game. That's right. Yep, I did. So I guess that was probably 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, maybe 8.
I mean, how old's his daughter? His daughter's probably what, like 12 now?
I think 9.
Oh, okay, 9. Okay.
Yeah. Mia.
She's only a year older than Chris.
Yeah. It's man, it's fun times. There's some fun times back in Baltimore. Those were good times for sure. It's crazy that all these casinos have popped up too, like Parks. And what year did Parks come up? 15 or 16?
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, 17. Makes sense.
Yeah, Borgata, Murmur, all those days. Those were.
I was playing Borgata underage. I was going to Borgata, and I was going to Borgata, the Tropicana, Taj.
Yeah.
I think that was it. The Taj, the Borgata, Tropicana. Yup. It was when the poker was in the basement. I wasn't even 21 for Borgata. 2000. So it was, what was that? 2000.
I met Begley playing a USPC at 1K event on a weekend during school. At the Taj in like 2010 or 9.
It was like Dave Fox and all there too, right?
Yeah, that was funny. And then I met I met you, I think was it Borgata back in like 09 or something, 2000 around then. Yeah, long time. You were going to the restaurant. I was saying, and Amanda, I was there when you met your wife, now wife. That was like 2010, wasn't it?
Yeah.
11?
That was 2011. It was the year before the London Olympics. It was Mike's last charity event before the Olympics. Yeah,
that's right. And it wasn't at Borgata. It was at the other one.
No, Harris Pool Bar.
Crazy. Time flies. An ace 4. We might see a knockout. Ace 4 on the line, 11 blinds. Is Smile thinking of laying this down? I mean, it's close, right? But like he's covering. He's got the best hand most of the time.
I'm never folding here ever. 0%. Or like 0% I'm folding here.
I think he's just giving a slight consideration. I don't think he will at the same time. I think he kind of likes having him short and versus the other guys, but there's 2 other guys short, and it's just going to be the best hand enough, and it is. Ace 4, King Queen. Adrian Mateos on the ropes. Dicey flop, does have back hearts. Gut shot. Oh, of course, there it is. Little bit of action. Got to have a little action on all in. 2 high profile guys. It's red. It is a double. Man, some guys can do it. Hook. Some guys can do it. The ace on the top would be deterrent to some. Mateos rocking the run hot, and he is. And man, talk about balancing stacks. That's a huge swing. It would have been 6.5. Mateos out now, like 2 700 stacks. Everyone's pretty equal. 20 blinds for Rudolph. 20 blinds for Mateos, and we got a new ball game. And here he goes, 3-4 suited, ripping it. Rambo, rocking the Rambo. All right, 6.
All right, we're gonna see some action. All right.
We are going to see some action. We got some pairs galore here. It's like nothing for anyone. Now we got suited, 2 suited broadways, suited ace wheel, 6s, 9s, 8s, and Mulakar's going to shove, and Nikita going to be able to get out of the way with 8s though. I don't think he's going to call here for that with those players behind in his stack. So actually, pretty. I guess lucky but unlucky in a way.
Yeah.
For him. All right,
Bet
fives,
half
ace
pot
nine
here.
suited.
Or probably less than half pot, probably 30%, right?
Yeah, you can go third. Likely, it's very dry. Nice board for him. Ace nine suited, backdoor spades against just one opponent in the big blind. But Nikita goes a little bigger. You saw him make that ace six off shove earlier. Got ace nine off to fold. So definitely not afraid. Play bigger pots. Put some money in the middle. And here, 800, we do see a call, 5 stick on. Madani in a pretty dicey spot here. He's got 2 outs, 1 to come. And Nikita with the 10, sort of a random card, right? Shouldn't be too worried about a 10. His opponent called the flop.
Yeah.
Gonna be more worried about straight draws or maybe some hands like this, 8s, 7s, 6s, 5s. Worst 9.
It's gonna go bet fold here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, one knockout, and we are an hour and a half in. That is maybe a record, but as we said, sometimes it starts fast, slows down. Sometimes it goes slow, gets real fast. That was a big swing. The Mateos double up as he is still in the game. Not good news for the rest of the field who know he is dangerous, very talented, as Hook mentioned earlier, maybe the best in the world, or got to be in the breath, right? In the conversation at all times. He has like 4 World Series bracelets at like by 22 or 3 or something crazy too. And just definitely a force. Plays all the highest stakes live tournaments and seems to find his way to the biggest buy-ins and final tables frequently. All right, key to king 8 suited, king 10 suited. King 8 suited is behind but has a lead in the hand, and Mulacher with king 10 suited. Gonna want to expect a little more from this flop, but just gonna have to get a check fold. So Nikita's starting to pick up chips, 3 million. Madani at 3 million. Couple short stacks. We might get it going here.
Have you considered having Begley on here? Old school tournament guy?
Yeah, Begley would be fun. He's definitely would be an interesting guest, and I think he would enjoy it. I don't know. He's not like big into this kind of stuff, but I think he would do it. I would definitely have him on. Yeah, Tim was a fun name to watch play. He definitely created a brand like Big Pots. Didn't shy away from action, creativity. King Jack, ace 6 suited. We do see the King Jack jump into the lead. Madani just called pre-flop, and now Barack with sort of got to be careful. Definitely lose to some hands. Ace Jack suited. You lose to some sets that could flat. You're also going to keep in bluffs like this. So he checks. Has a king of hearts as well. Pretty big flop for Barack, and just calls. Clean turn card. Nothing immediately of concern. 7 checks again. Madani doesn't really, just kind of maybe a one and done shot here. I don't know, no equity bluff if he's going to decide to put a lot of pressure on here. Although one of the very vulnerable stacks, right? Barack sees there's 2 guys shorter. So if Madani from that perspective could put a lot of pressure, go with the big bet. I don't think we're going to see it, but definitely a stack that you could put pressure on. He also doesn't have hearts, right? Could have a hand like queen king. suited, you get to fold. You're beating that, and he does go for it hook here. I don't think it's going to work with this particular holding, but a tough spot for Barack to have to realize you might have to call a shove here. Yeah, I mean, man, if you're Brock, you don't really envy the spot. It's tough. What do you, man? If you call here, which I don't know how you can fold, you are sort of saying you're putting your tournament on the line here, and that is a welcoming card for sure. And the interesting part is Madani, was this a
It's
two
check
and done?
check.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's done. This would seem like a horrible shove. I mean, just even if Barack has like a Jack Queen Jack 10 Ace Jack, it's like I'm still calling those hands. Yeah, I'm still calling those hands.
Wow, he's gonna hate it, but still right. He has top two. Can't get a really better river card in the deck, right? I mean, how can you just can't fold?
Yes, how can you hate it? It just is what it is. I mean, it doesn't really change his hand much though. Like, what hands did he?
No, well, yeah,
just,
no, I'm saying there's bad cards, like there's for sure. But I'm saying there's bad cards that like you could get bluffed off on here for sure. This is like, it's like to your point, it doesn't change a ton, except it's not worse. It's like you call the turn. It's one of the better cards you're going to see. It's not a heart. It's not scary. And I just don't see how he could fold. Madani, respect for the go for it. I just can't imagine it works. Although there are
just
those
a bad hand to be going with though. Like A6 spades, just I don't understand why he's just bet champ here, right?
Yeah, flatted pre too, I think. I mean, they say think long, think wrong. Hook. Do we see a fold here? Is it possible? It just seems
no chance.
Not possible, but he is taking a fair amount of time. I've seen crazy stuff, but this would be up there for sure. Like this is a pretty pure.
I mean, I would have already been in the pot. Like if like I said, Jack 10, Jack Queen, Ace Jack here, I'm not folding.
Yeah, it just got. I mean, it didn't get worse. That's for sure on the river. So let's see, man. I'm getting nervous. I'm getting nervous, Hook. When they start tanking like that, I mean, I get nervous.
What the fuck is that?
I get nervous. I just get nervous. That was crazy, man. I guess like you lose the queen 10, you lose the sets, you just lose the hands, but yeah, you got top two. I don't know. It's hard to make pairs. It's hard to do stuff. And Barack, though, very impressive resume. Again, this is like one of those things where when you're right, you're just a genius. When you're wrong, it's tough, but he has 4 final tables, no title on the Super Millions in season 2.
I'm done with tournaments. I'm not even playing 250 at the World Series. Like these guys are falling top 2 in these spots. It's just absurd.
I feel like that should make you want to.
Hey, what's he lose to? What does he lose to? Queen 10, 9s? Like okay, whatever. Like you have Queen 10, nice. Like, but 9s is what it is. Like that's insane to me. That's literally what hand do you lose to?
Yeah, look, Zion
Blaze in the chat says call the turn to make 2 pair and fold. I mean, the 2 pair, like that King of River doesn't really change much for his hand. If not, if anything, it makes it worse because then Queen 10 does get there. Like he like there's no 2 pair on the flop that he was beating anyone that he improved against, right? So like the King is actually not the greatest card for him, but yeah, now you're only losing the Queen 10 that you weren't losing to before. So I mean, I guess
does Madani play King Queen speaking of king queen, here we go. King queen, nice play from Nikita there. Even though he did have the best hand. But what does Madani do with king queen? Do you think he plays it the same, or on the river would he just check? Or would he shove the river? He would shove it. So
I don't think so.
yeah, so maybe, yeah, even that, right? There's value hands there.
You keep on seeing the chat saying like if you're playing the flop and turn that way, the river's a snap. I mean, that's basically saying that like every river's a snap down.
Yeah. Yeah, interesting spot. Well, Brock gets jacks and isn't going to have a customer here. Sort of just that spot too. Some people we see raising, some we see shoving off this step. He does go for a raise. I like it. Not going to really be able to invite anyone in, even though the ace-7 off in the big blind sort of gives him a chance.
Man, I don't think I've ever yawned this much in my life. Wow.
Well,
No coffee.
Fair, an hour and 45 minutes in, we have only had one knockout, so maybe it could be a little more action. It's been fun, and there has been some interesting folds, interesting hands. We've had some action. Yeah, this is going to be 5. We'll see 5 here. Smile the hero. He'll get richer. He's got the extra money in the middle plus the 490. Well, I guess no, 6. What is it? 650 plus the extra. So he'll be up to 6 million if he can win. Ace queen suited feels dangerous, right? You got the over, even though he's blocking the queen, ace queen suited, queens 4 or 5 cards. Will we get at least a sweat? Kind of dry.
10 of hearts.
Obvious heart. I mean, I hate to say it, but it's just obviously a sweat. And this time, does it go? Is it going to be running hearts for a no? It's a brick. It's a dud. It is not an ace, and that is a knockout. Thomas Mulak are going to go out. How are we doing on our wagers here? I know I have Smile the Hero. He's rocking something. I don't know what that is. He's getting a little cocky, but I guess he can. He's got 5.8 million and going to knock out one of the.
Oh, I know who he is now. Yeah, I know who he is.
Yeah, great player. Number 31, Super Millions. Love that Thomas on the show sometime. Yeah, he's always seems to be at so many final tables. I mean, he has definitely won these tournaments before. Let's see. He has got a season 2. He's got a win, and he's got over 10 million in earnings and a lot of 14 final tables. To give you an idea, in season 2, 14 final tables, that's more than the whole rest of the lot combines.
Oh, that's incredible.
Season 2. So yeah, pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. And we are going to see Adrian Mateos has won this event before, and so has Mulaker and Chris Rudolph. So see if we'll have a new winner or a different one. Mateos doing his best. Chris Rudolph also still has 900K, and Smile the Hero starting to get away. I know you said you have to go, correct? Hooking a little bit, so we'll.
Yeah, I got about 10 minutes.
Maybe Smile gets busy. There's a couple short stacks. I think the over/under on 10 is likely. More.
I think it's more likely that I come back in 2 hours and they're still going.
Yeah, you can maybe pick up Chris and come back. I mean, that's a chance that we're still live. This could be a record. We'll see. 6s versus the under the gun raise, but it's the chip leader.
And he shoves. I wonder if Barack does.
Oh, Barack will definitely fold. Right, with the under the gun raise, because he's getting called. Yeah. And if he folds,
what's Barack doing with ace queen there? Though, are you shoving? You think?
Even with this? Yeah, probably would.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. The ICM is so much respected these days. I don't know. Maybe it would just be folded, but as it turns out, Smile the Hero is going to get to come with top of range, 4-1 favorite for another potential knockout, covering the diamonds. Ace comes. Ace Jack would have been looking very strong. And can he fade the 2-outer on the river to put us down to 6? It is a club. It is a knockout. And Smile the Hero's running out of gifts. He's been using them all day long. He's been knocking out people doing the dirty work. 6.5. And there's Tommaso Bald also 1.3 million in earnings on GG alone. And Mateos, does he just go for the limp again? Keep it consistent? This is a little different situation now. 6 left. Kind of a disaster. Let Smile check back here. Wonder if he raises or shoves, but I guess just probably going to Biggie limps, keeps it consistent, even on the stacked up. A little different. Still does. And not how you draw it up when you limp tens, but still, blind on blind, can still figure you have the best hand a lot of the time, and he just comes right out betting. Smile the hero with the key heart. Queen of hearts, does he peel one off? Maybe get creative, see if he... Nah, not 10 blinds, right? What are you really doing? It's getting too cute. Trying to rep stuff and...
All right, we're probably gonna see a raise call off here with sixes versus ace king. Not call off, but raise call. The brutal shove.
Ooh, yeah, I guess he'll
I
be...
guess Chris gets saved here if small the hero 3-bets out of small blind here. Oh no, Chris is going. Yeah, or actually, yeah, Chris, it doesn't matter. Chris is on no matter what. I'm sorry. Yeah. So Nikita will fold sixes here though.
Yeah, so sixes out of the way. Chris gets a really good spot, gets extra money.
Yeah.
And he gets a ace king nutted flop, can only shop, worst case for him. So pretty huge moment there. I guess, well, sixes, he was gonna get the double either way against sixes, but he gets the extra money, 100%.
Good for Nikita. It's good for Nikita.
Yeah, saves some chips for him, and there it is. Still six-handed, everyone guaranteed 101,000, six-figure club activated. Madani in second place. Smile the hero still healthy, 5.5, and we got some more poker to play for sure. There is wide open, anyone's game.
I got 3-bet this as well, right?
Yeah, this is ace jack, pretty nice spot. Could get smile, could get in trouble here. Yeah, this is a interesting card. Jack locks it up, but both have the ace. Does decide to check back, and man, this actually ooh, could get pretty sweet for Nikita.
At like 375.
I mean, yeah, I guess you just don't expect to really ever knock. I mean, man, is it, what's too greedy? Like, where do you draw the line if you're smile the hero? I mean, how do you fold like for, yeah, 250? Definitely not folding there. Man, do you like, do you think is it a big deal? I think you just go a lot more, no?
Yeah, I got bigger there.
But 3.8 million, closing the gap on second. We got Madani at 3.5. So really kind of three healthy stacks. Everyone else a little bit lower. Chris Rudolph has found his way to 1.9 million. We're going to initiate the giveaway when we lose one more player. So please hit that thumbs up. Hook has given $100 of his own money. We're going to give you guys 50 or 100 here on the show. And we will announce a winner. So we are going to be doing that later. Stay tuned. Hook is going to have to leave us. Maybe come back. Who knows? Might still be on the schedule, but this could be a while for sure, man. I don't want to say record, but it does. I mean, we're coming up on 2 hours and we're still six-handed. That does not happen very often. That's for sure.
Okay. It's gonna be my last hand. Let's get a good one. No, this won't be. So I'll stay for one more.
All right.
All right, last hand. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . Jerry Smith asked me to give him 100. My
Hey,
cousin's name's
listen,
Jerry Smith, so if I can figure a way to give you 100, you got 100, pal. How do I get Jerry Smith 100?
I had a funny talk about this because some of the friends from British say pal. Oh, Queen 8 off. Gonna go ahead and jiggy it in here. Ace 7, King 7 suited. This is for this stack. It's actually he is the shortest King 7 suited. I'm curious, does Mateos I feel like the great players and then when it's close spots, they pass, but like, this is might be the Bill Perkins methodology. You think you got a 2-3% edge, you go for it all and invest in life and whatever. So doesn't call there. His spidey senses were thinking, but no, I had this debate. I know you got to go about pal. So like it's cultural because like in messages, like if someone calls me pal, I feel like it's disrespectful. But I think
Yeah,
in the
pal's
Northeast,
disrespectful.
it is, but it's not always. It depends in the way it's used. But like I think I had this debate where in the UK they didn't know. They thought it was like just the same as calling like whatever. But I said, hey man, be careful if you say pal, people can take it the wrong way. So I thought that was interesting. Um, but yeah. So anyway.
All right, well, I got to run. Love to do this again. Next time I'll come more prepared with some theory stuff and study a little bit. And I guess the chat will give me a little more props because I've seen it a few times them saying how bad I am and know I'm a professional poker player. So
Hey, listen, the chat is the best, but they can be tough too. Everyone's got their day. We got 1,500 on. That is Charles Hook, high stakes poker player. I've known him, one of my closest friends for over 15 years, and he will be back. And you can always check out the podcast we did on my channel as well. But thank you for the time. And
yeah, the podcast is good.
If you get back and you're around, shoot me a message and pop on. But if not, we appreciate it, and we will we will see you soon.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate you. Have a good day.
All right, thanks, guys. Well, I will finish it out with you. That's Charles Hook. He had to take can't call it an emergency, but he basically had to pick up his child from school. No one else could do it. He tried, and I will finish it out with you. So, Kings and Jack 10. Here we go. We have got ourselves a 6-handed match playing for a lot of money. 243,000 up for grabs. Kings on the turn. Going to be a very interesting card. Brings top set, but now a possible straight. Very pure straight draw. Also, maybe a heart could get out of line. Chris Rudolph. So let's see what Smile the Hero does. Very wet board, right? Super, super wet. Lot going on. Straight draws, flush draws, double flush draw board. So maybe a big bet even. Does go fairly big. And Chris, do you call? Maybe decide in your head you're going to bluff some non-ace 9 hearts? You do. And that is a stone brick. And if you are Smile the Hero, it's just so beautiful. See if we can get hooked back on. But yeah, I appreciate you guys being on. I will finish out with you guys, and we will be having a lot of fun. And I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna make that Hook's giving $100. I'm gonna give 100 if we get to 400 or more thumbs up. It's gonna be 50 or 100 anyway. So you guys got it's gonna be a big giveaway today. I appreciate you guys being here with me. I need your energy as Hook had to bow out as he was going to probably not be able to rejoin us, but we'll see. But I got love for you. I've streamed a lot of Twitch in my day, a lot of 10, 12, 14-hour solo streams, and today I'm finishing out with you guys, and I'm happy to be here as always. Next week, Antonio Sfondiari will be the guest. I will be with him in person at his place, so that'll be fun. Be cool to have Antonio on. Yeah, put out PBC in there. What's up, man? Good to see you. Yeah, it is on delay. Short delay. 8 shoving. No action for Madani. And just making some notes here. But yeah, appreciate Hook coming in. He did just play a 250K in the Bahamas. Didn't work out, but pretty crazy. We used to play 2-5 and have fun. And I played some of the biggest cash games in the world with him and No Limit. And then he also plays PLO, plays a variety of games, and definitely some great stories and some fun podcasts we did as well. So I have known him for a long time. I do appreciate him coming on. 3 kids now. 3 kids. That is a handful. Smile the Hero was there when he met his wife. So pretty crazy. Time flies. All right, Jack, Queen, King, 6. Pretty nice flop for Madani. He's got the overs. He's got the diamond. Mateos really doesn't have much can do here. He does have the best hand currently, but it's going to be really hard for him to get to showdown or even, win the hand. I mean, even if somehow to be good at showdown, and there, well, bet is going to be too much, I think, to even try to stick on. I just have a hard time believe he's going to peel one off here, but I mean, maybe he does for a. There are some cards that he could fight with, but I just don't think it's enough, right? Yeah, you just too much has to go right. You could be dead, drawing dead already. Smell the Hero, 6.4 million. Chris Rudolph, 1 million. Austria, we saw Thomas Mulacher flag go down. Barack Wisbrod made a huge fold. Listen, it wasn't correct in the moment, but he's still in, and it's still going. Ace Queen gonna rip it in. 5s for a close, but not with people behind gonna want to call off there, and this should just get through. And we will get it in. And I want to remind you about the hands up, which is pinned in the YouTube chat. GGPoker, guess the winning hand. If you guess the exact suits, ace of hearts, jack of clubs, for example, and that is the winning hand, you win the jackpot. That increases every week by a set amount, which, some noteworthy hands. There's been some exciting stuff. Here is one King 7 suited, going to put a lot of pressure on this very healthy stack. The third place Madani with players shorter. This is uncomfortable and may just need to get out of the way. This is the type of thing that King 7 suited can target, a hand such as this. And does Madani, is he maybe just, this guy's not afraid. I'll tell you that. This guy, if anyone's willing to call, play post flop, put some pressure on, it's him. He is going to get a flop that is scary. And this is exactly the power of what Smile the Hero does. He's generating pots versus people with chips. So now there's $1 million in the middle. He has King 7 suited, but is a big favorite to win this hand. He can kind of breathe on this pot, and Madani likely going to get out of the way. Does he ever stick on for one? Kind of hard. Even the 6 of diamonds, he would lose the flushes in that instance. So it's like, even if he bets 200 here, 180, 250, like how do you call? And you just kind of praying for like a pure one outer to be nutted. And yeah. Okay, does it and gets it. All right, ace 6 suited in the big blind. Most appealing hand. We got King 10. We got ace 8, 5, 10, 8, 9. Not a ton of hands to look at, but Nikita's certainly going to be interested with the suited ace. He is out of position and out kicked. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put the giveaway live here once we lose one more player. So guys, be ready. I see 165 thumbs up. Appreciate you very much. Let us know where you're watching in the world. And for sure, Daniel William, you're not lying. It's definitely a tricky. It's easy, but also trickier in some sense because you don't want to be biased. You're like trying to envision yourself without knowing their cards. It's a pretty big difference to know exactly what players have. But yeah, that is for sure. And ace 8, ace 6 suited. Gonna go ahead and bet. Ace 6 suited could have the best hand. Got some decent backdoor cards. Probably gonna peel one here. Check raising is not out of the question either. But again, very healthy stack. Getting to that juncture of the tournament, people are getting shorter. It doesn't really feel like the right time to just start going nuts, especially when he's in such a good position. He's in second. So let's see. Does he want to peel one off here? Check raising would be wild in my mind, but I mean, also the player doesn't have to have top pair, top kicker. So check raise could work. So let's see. Barack Wizbrod, 2 5s, 1.1 million. This could be trouble. This could just be surfs up right into those sevens. And there it is. It's committing. And Nikita actually with the close decision as well. The interesting part is if Nikita somehow decides that, hey, I don't have to worry about Adrian because he's so short. I'm risking a million. I have ace 10, could be the best hand, and get Adrian to fold, and then it'd be a pure flip. Now, as it stands, Barack for the majority of his chips is going to be a 4-1 dog. Mateos, seven's a little too good. I think he's just going to be flipping a lot, but also have these threes, fours, fives, sixes that he is beating. And you see, he's not even thrilled to just go with this. Shows you the class he has, that he is looking to avoid all in at all costs. All right, Mateos, he's not folding, guys, right? I mean, he's just crunching numbers. He's playing 20 tables. He's not really folding. I'm not believing it. And I know we can see the cards, but like it's late position. He's short. He's got less than 10 blinds. It's not like it's raise, re-raise. It's not like it's under the gun from a mid stack. It's a short stack shoving. I just don't want to believe it. I'm gonna have to really reconsider my tournament strategy if I see a fold here, and he doesn't. But you can see it was paying him, and he is a 4-1 favorite. Hands, can they hold pure? They just that's part of the problem when you're at risk. Is you can also lose with best hand. He's 4-1. Could have been flipping. He was a big favorite. Ooh, oh, Mateos, Adrian. Is that a sign, Adrian? For Philly, for the Eagles, the Super Bowl, the statue Rocky Adrian, is it just meant to be? Is it just going to be a dramatic Super Bowl finish at the end, the Eagles winning? That was crazy, man. OMG is right. 177 thumbs up. Sevens are everywhere. Sevens are emojis. Sevens are real. Best hand wins. That is a crazy hand. It looked like, I saw the three across. It was just like, wow, man, always coming seven. Yeah. Wow. There's sevens again. And interesting. Is he inspired? He might be feeling inspired by the sevens. How do you fold a winning hand when you just know, like, if you're ahead or behind or flipping? Like, I don't know. I don't know what happened there. This is pretty crazy spot. This would be a big swing for everyone. Smiley Hero is silently up to 7 million, by the way. Barack super short. Adrian back in it. Madani, I don't know. I think 40-80 is the big blind shot. I think he's gonna. I actually thought he would call. I did think he was going to call all the energy, all the sevens, all the thing, probably flipping, but that's the problem. You're best at flipping, most likely there. And Rudolph finds a way. And wow. The seven is real. Ace queen. And I can't even see what he's got. He's talking about a 7. 93% feels good. Was that sevens again? He's 100% on the turn. No, so what is it? I can't even see his hand. Does he have jack? Jack 7 suited. Okay. Versus the short stack. I got it. Yeah, 100% of the turn. That was like, has 7 energies hard. 764K. No sweat off Smiley Hero. We will have a giveaway. We will have a giveaway today for you. 180 thumbs up. Appreciate you guys. I got to finish it out solo here. And we are still going. 6 left. Queen 9 suited, 4-7 All. Not much to talk about here. Barack all in. Not going to get called. Fighting back in, just like that. In the mix, back in, healthy. Shortest stack is still alive. 6-handed left. We've seen it before. Chipping a chair. He's got plenty of those. Got 11 plus blinds and a king and a jack. Would it come to an end here though? A shove. King queen off. Also one of those sort of borderline hands. It's all of Adrian's chips. I don't think. Okay, so he min raises. Very different than the shove. Queen 4 off. Nikita taking it in. Second stack. Finds himself in a good position right now. Nice hand. Versus shoving. I don't know. Shoving would be close. Would have been close. We'll see. Barack fighting hard though. Still now 10 blinds. Min raise fold. Yeah, so have your GGPoker username ready if you don't have one, or you're not able to play in an area that accepts GGPoker. You can give it to a friend, and we will have that. We will have a, what do you call it? We will have the giveaway for you today. Let you know who wins. Aces for Adrian on the button. Ace 3 suited. Does he find a flat? There are shove stacks behind, but probably just going to 3-bet here small. Maybe to 450 or something. Flat in off the 20. 20 definitely could flat, but he does go small 3-bet. And ace 3 suited has the candidate to rip it. I don't know if Nikita's the guy though. Is he the one that's just going to take the spot? Oh, he does. He does. Mateos gets some aces to ace 3 suited. Still has the chance. Diamonds, threes, wheels. Is it to be? That is clean. Runner is never what you want to see, and that is drawing dead. Mateos is back, ladies and gentlemen. 3.5 million. I feel like Hook for leaving early might have to just call the dinner, right? He might just forfeit the dinner bet. I got you guys for the giveaway. He's locked in for 100 on the giveaway. He is locked in. And king 3. Queen 5 suited. Going to go ahead and put the pressure on, and Rudolph does have a calling hand. Doesn't dominate though. This is wide open. This is a big moment for all, of course. Pay jumps galore, everything. Tough player. 5 needs a very specific ace or king on the river. Can't be a heart. And it is, oh my goodness. Is it? No way. No, it looked like the ace, but it's a 3. And that's GG. Chris Rudolph. Good player. Could have got knocked out queens to aces early on, the same position. This time he got it in good in a real spot. 8 million for Smile the Hero. Blinds are up 50, 100K. We're down to 5. We are down to 5, and we will start the giveaway wording. Let's see. We do GG Hook and insert your GGPoker username or friends if you don't have one that you're able to play with. That is giveaway info above. There it is. Giveaway live. It's going to be $100 plus either $50 or $100 depending who wins. Smile the Hero has actual 7s. He has the hand he's been talking about, the emoji, the hand of the day. GG Hook added in. Hit the thumbs up. That is a part of the recipe for you to get 100 plus some more. I will have to get, guys, you're gonna have to give me, what's up guys? Daniel Gwillian in the house, and Smile the Hero 8.1 running hot. He is feeling it right now. Jack 9 off. Is he just gonna start opening? He's got such a lead. He could call the 629. So yeah, he's going for it, putting pressure on Mateos in now second. And Mateos with the stack, second stack. He's got the queen 3 suited, certainly closing the action. Flops top pair. Both players flop accordingly here. Both players flop well. And queen 3 suited, a little better. Backdoor diamonds, has a weak top pair. And calls. Love the show. What's up, Dusty H? Dustin H, I should say. Sorry, not Dusty. Big difference between Dusty and Dustin. Big difference. Dustin. You don't want to dust your chips. And Queen 3 suited has the best hand. And is going to go ahead and bet. And this is one that's interesting because Jack 9 does call. Got blocker to the Jack 10. Has a 9. Just one time. Not going to use a one time on that. Running cold all of a sudden. 7.5 million. Mateos setting up a 4+ million stack in it to win it. We got the giveaway live. Hit the thumbs up. Type in GG space hook space your username on GG or a friend's. And we are going to award someone 100. Ace 9, Ace 6, and Mateos versus the short stack. Is it enough? Probably. It's got 6 blinds. With Ace 9 off, I'm sick. We're gonna be. This is gonna be CN5 here. We could be down to 4-handed here. I don't see a world where he's folding. Just question: does he want to raise small, call? You know, probably just call, right? And see what smile. Yeah, raise small. Same sort of the same difference. Just get the terse smile from coming in, and there it is. Ace 9, Ace 6. Adrian's got his man in a world of hurt. If he can hold on, chop opportunities coming up. Ooh, sweaty. He needs a big card or that. That's a chop. 1.4. Goodbye is too premature. 7 on the river. There it is. That's a popular emoji. And 8, 9 suited for Madani. 25 blinds. Does he want to go ahead and open up under the gun 5-handed? Probably. It is the big stack, or the big line is the short stack, I should say. So kind of 9 high, not like one, not really a great spot to open, get called or shoved. Like you have 9 high. So that maybe was the kicker. And here, King 6 for 6 blinds, probably going to call here. The shortest by far. King high is certainly going to be good a lot. And he says good luck. He hasn't dominated. He hasn't dominated. 6-4's got some spades and low stuff working, straight opportunities, and King Queen is pretty clean. That is going to do it. So short stack doubles again. 1.4 million. Never over till it's over. And all right, 5-8. Jack 4, 5-8. So we got giveaways. We got the hand up promo as well. You guys still have time to guess the winning hand. A5 suited. Getting saucy. Getting saucy here. Wow. Man, I gotta say, Madani has impressed me with his aggression today. He had the 10-8 open earlier, you know, where other people were playing pretty tight, full ring. He's made shoving 8-5 suited. He had the ace-6 suited bluff that worked. Was definitely a hand of the day. Very interesting times. Ace-king suited, that is also nice to get in a 5-handed match as a chip leader under the gun. There it is, 211, thumbs up. Madani, the kings. Doesn't need that to open, that's for sure. 8-10 suited, gonna get a customer in the big line. Nikita's taking his time here. He's been sort of I say stall. There's no reason to stall. 5-handed. I mean, he's guaranteed 129 and whatever. He's definitely been taking his time with. Seems like he's maybe multitasking, but King's gonna go ahead and open 8-10 suited. Nothing too exciting there. Okay, 8-10 suited doesn't have backdoor options for flushes, and this is likely just gonna go bet fold. Probably very small bet. 20%. Seven's been a popular card today. And Mateos, that lightning in a bottle, that was a crazy run out. Crazy run out. King Jack. 7, 8, 5s, 8, 9 off. King Deuce for Nikita. 5s with a raise. Does he put the pressure on? Just call. Just call. Okay. See a flop. Play poker. And get a interesting one where King Jack with a club, 2 clubs on the flop, and this is a hard one for Smile to raise with any breathing on this pot. There it is. You guys, so I appreciate you guys guessing the hand here. What you just did, Wim Van Dyke. You have to go to that link, GGPoker, the pinned hands up, and go ahead and put that in if you want your chance at the jackpot. You can go there, guess the hand. It's free. Have some fun. You can type the giveaway as well, GG space hook space your username. And there is a, like we said, breathe on the pot and win. Madani. We are still here. Ace, deuce off, 10 blinds. Gonna shove. Gonna get through. Gonna get it through. And 8 off. We talked about this hand earlier. Little different situation spot. Chip leader going to work, and Nikita with a fist pump hand in the big blind. Curious if he's going to shove or call. Curious what he's going to do, but getting kind of short, right? Second shortest. I think both options. King Jack suited is just one of those sort of slam dunk shoves, and he does take it. So good to see that. Nikita also shoved ace-6 off earlier, so I think we could have deducted likely shoving with that particular hand. Queen 8, 10, 6, Jack 7, Queen 8. Madani showing. I like his game. I really do. I like how people play that. I think there's been some really good plays. Barack, I'd love to talk to him about that fold there. You know, I think that, again, takes world-class players to make world-class laydowns, and I'm sure he's made the majority of the time the right decision. As we saw it happen in Napi, it's just a little surprising to me. Like, he had top 2, and as Hook mentioned, it's not necessarily so relevant. Actually, in some ways, maybe a little bit of a worse card than some because the Queen 10 completes, but a little surprised by that. Ooh. King Jack off, ace deuce off. Short of stack has an ace. This is what we see. We do see the fold. So if you're at home, if you're making notes, I think Barack, willingness to make folds when it's close does err on that. And again, could say that's tight. You could also just say it's testament to his ability and his belief in his game to play post flop and find ways to not be all in. So you know that's why it's so interesting. There's two different schools of thought on that, right? You can go both ways and say something, oh, this guy's tighter, oh, this, or no, maybe he's just like, hey, I feel so confident in my game to not be all in that if it's ever close, I just err on fold, or, you know, not ever, but more often than not. So I think that's important to realize that, you know, you could kind of glass half full when you're talking about tournament players and whatnot, where you just say like, oh, that's like bad or that's tight. Maybe it's just like, no, they're like, I'm a great player and I'm gonna choose when I'm at risk. and I'm gonna make big folds. You know, that's the other part of it. Smile the Heroes. I mean, I don't know if they're unlimited gifts, but he is. Um, Ace Jack, pretty nice. 6-12 in the middle. Small bet, has to be super small. What, 100? 100, like he can just do anything. Even the check, I like it. Cagey, maybe his opponent picks up a draw, picks something up, but he does check back. And let's see if Smile takes any rope at all. Although a club would have been so, right? Or a 10 or 6 would hook him on to sign. The king of hearts in particular doesn't do much. Here we got to believe Madonna is going to bet something, right? Going to bet small. Maybe his opponent has somehow a king. Maybe his opponent has queen 10, queen 9, ace 10, something that feels like he's on. So he does go and now bet, and that will not make a difference. All right, ace queen, 6 is king 9. This is gonna likely be a let's see if it's wow. I mean, time out. Can we Adrian, friend, podcast guest as well. Gotta have you on the show. I want to review some of these hands. That is like I don't understand that. Like I get it. I get it. I just can't like it just doesn't seem logical to me to not call or put pressure. I guess like you just call and then you're whatever. That's wild to me. That was wild. Somebody needs to explain that. Any wizards out there? That was Mateos is on a different level. So like don't even think for a second I'm saying that's not good, because I'm sure it's perfect and there's reasons why in different times. But like even then, I understand ICM and the spot and where his stack is. So he's healthy, can peel one that Nikita's not like super out of line. Maybe go to a flop. I guess you're worried that hello, king, queen, ace 10, and somehow a lucky thing he's throwing out there, the 7, but a 7 would not be relevant. He needs a king, a queen, or Barack is all the way back. The man who made the big fold earlier, he is saying, bring it on. Come on, bring it in. All right, guys, the giveaway, you can do it once and you're good. You don't have to keep repeating it. And wow. Still anyone's game 5-handed. People have doubled. No one's super short. We got a lot of action still left here, guys. Blinds are up 60-120 with a 15,000 ante. That is getting expensive. Smile the Hero was up to 8 million. Little adversity 5.6 right back to it. Madani, not one to roll over though. A7 off, kind of a below average hand in spot to be in the small blind facing a raise. But hey, my man has taken trash into treasure before. Let's see if he's going to go ahead and kick it up. That'll call. It'd be their 3-better fold. Likely fold, but hey, throw it definitely if you think your guy's up to no good and you're willing to put some pressure, definitely could throw a big raise. He was thinking about it. He folded, and Nikita 4-3 off. Not much doing there. All right, well. King 10, Jack 9, 4-9 suited. Jack nine. It's probably just gonna limp, right? They're deep, decent hand. Know that your opponent is capable. You've shown the balance with kings tens, and king 10 suited decides to check back. He's seen enough strong limps. He also doesn't want to get limp raised, check raised. He sees he's got the chip lead, talented player, respect, check back. King 10 suited plays well. Still has the best hand now. Blind on blind. Hello from Lithuania. Let me know who you guys are watching from. Appreciate you being here. Really did. And Charles Hook joined us earlier. He had to run, but we are still with you. And Hook did give $100 to the stream, so I will add that to the winner. So Hook gave away 100. But we're also love the streams, man. What up, Jason Parker? So my wife is expecting. We are expecting another child, a boy, coming up. So I am. There's a chance I go for part of the Vietnam and Triton, but I may have to miss it, unfortunately. But I will be at the future stops and doing commentary. And love the brand, love the series, love that GG's collaborated, and Super Millions Live. Also, some cool stuff happening that I will be a part of, and there'll be a lot of different things you'll see on that. So, guys, appreciate you being here. You know how much I love poker. You know how much I enjoy being with you guys, and I appreciate all the energy that you guys always bring. And we have got 1,800 watching. 235 thumbs up. I'm not a math major, but you know, about 1 out of 9. That is not. That takes a pay cut. Yeah, look, I've given away the actual amount of money that I have given away in streaming since Twitch when I started in 2015, between Twitch, YouTube giveaways, Twitter giveaways. I don't want to say a number that you guys like feel like it's something insane. $250,000 is like 99.99%. 500,000 I'd say is like probably a good line, but I've given away a lot of my own stuff, but partly with giveaways, tickets, sponsors, other things. I love it. I think it's just fun. Like giving a giveaway is fun, especially when it's like adding value, and it's no, you know, some of it's my own, some of it I've given percentages, free rolls, different things. You know, here today, Hook gave away 100 of his own money. GG gives away a lot of stuff, shows, and some of my videos and stuff. They do stuff, so it's fun. I just feel like giveaways make it more enjoyable for everyone, and I don't know. I always just, it's sort of been one of my things I just like to do. But it's just fun. I think it's fun. Giveaways are fun, but I know for sure. I mean, if I could do one thing again, one of the things I would do differently in streaming would be to have a giveaway tracker, literally everything, whether it's like a course or a belt, DDS belt, or whatever it's been like over the years. Like put value on it and have a giveaway tracker. That's what I would have done differently. But maybe there's a way to like tally it, estimate, go on the low side, firm a number, and then go for there. It would take a lot of backdating to figure it out, but we could probably get there. Anyway, appreciate everyone in the chat. All right, we gotta pick a winner. I'm gonna do it when it's 3-handed today, not heads up. We started a little early, but this has been a long one. We are already 2.5 hours in, and there's not a path on a winner yet. Yeah, it's some technical difficulties earlier. I've had a camera problem. I had to replace it. Gonna figure out be on the road a bit too. Gonna be streaming with you guys. Actually, I think WSOP, my goal would be to be in Brazil during the World Series of Poker and stream some, because I miss streaming. It'd be fun to do. Coming up. Ooh, Jack's ace-3 suited, committing the ace-3 suited, and Barack not afraid for big pots. He is going to be a dog. This is for all of it. Huge moment, ace-3 suited, and hello. Still a flip, flops the world. Brick on the turn, 68% over to Nikita. Can my man do it? Can he fade? Pure. Too many outs. GG. What a tease. The deuce 4 heart coming out and just doesn't get it done. Doesn't get it done. And Barack Wisbrod made a big fold, wasn't correct, did get some higher pay jumps though. And he plays quite a strong brand, number 38 overall ranking in the Super Millions on GG. GG for him. What a name for GG. All right, kings for the chip leader. Couple playable hands, later position. Mateos with an ace. Smiley Hero is been aggressive, but he has got a real hand this time. And these are the tricky ones if you're Mateos, the ace six off. Everyone's kind of got a healthy stack now. Basically, second is really tight for second, third, fourth. And first, as we see, is got double. And this is a misstep. Adrian's going to be playing a pretty balanced game, pretty in line, hasn't gotten too crazy, and then does step out with a weak ace and goes ahead and four bets it. And Smile the Hero, does he just go for it now, or does he flat? I think he's going to go for it. Thinking that Mateos is weighted more towards tens, jacks, like ace queens value than this type of hand. So I think that with that being said, I think he will raise. If he thought he was like going to be out of line often, he would just not raise. So this is going to be a bit frustrating for Adrian, especially when you get baited to click it back one more time. You know, it's kind of very frustrating. He didn't even just shove. He just sort of said, hey, come get it. But this is a million chips out of Adrian's stack that likely will end here. Can't imagine this goes further. Oh my goodness. I have been wrong before and I will be wrong there. Smile the Hero is saying good luck. Does he mean it? Adrian Mateos is going to need some help. It is there. It has come. He got a 7 on the river, an ace on the turn. Can he fade that 2 now? And he does. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you what. Win 4 bracelets by being aggressive, playing great. Little run good, didn't hurt anyone. He says good play, and that one hurt because Smile the Hero was going. He would have 10 million to 3 and 3. Instead, we have 7, 3, 3, 5. So flip the script, and the bunny's got the gun now. They say that is wild. Wow. Wow. Dang, that is just wild. Look at this. 9-5 off. Man, what's going on? Am I missing something? Is there like a bad beat jackpot coming? Is there like a bluff in it? Like people are just stepping out here. I mean, this is also sort of like an annoying one for Mateos with the 8-9 suited that is so pretty, gets popped, but like peeling on this stack that doesn't seem appetizing. Could he ever turn this one in to a rip? I mean, just based on the play, he does call 9 high each on a flop. Luck is undefeated. That's funny. Vegas 23. Good to see you, man. Good to see everyone. 250 on the dot. Heads up. And does he just throw a little bet out here? Does it do the trick? I mean, it's just gonna be hard to not imagine betting with 1 point in the middle and you have 9-5 offsuit and you got flatted. But this is also not a great flop to get flat against. Queen Jack suited, King 10, King Jack suited. You know, probably low pairs aren't just flatting you with like fives or eights, most likely. But I guess there's some. Also, there's like Ace Jack. There's somehow the 8-9 suited, which you block the 9 and whatever. But 456 and Mateos is going to run along on that one. Madani showing some real heart today. All right. Queen 8 off, 3.6 into the chip leader. Adrian with the ace 4 suited. You put pressure on these two in particular, actually really all three now. So he's sort of just flipped into the chip lead, and ace four suited against this player, likely going to take it up. One of those nice hands. Gonna have the best hand a lot. You're also just gonna build a pot, the suited wheel, ace in position, and queen eight off. Does he peel? Maybe. It's close, right? Queen eight probably. Same time, you're out of position against a talented player and fold. I like to fold, but I think you see a mix there. Call or fold. Four-handed still. We are going into potential record territory, and there's a record hand. Number one, hand rank one. Airlines, AA, AA, pocket rockets, whatever you want to call them. It's nice to look at. And you got Smiley here all of a sudden, who is in fourth with a suited 3-7 in the big blind. Gonna peel here, surely. His hand's got nice floppability. Anytime you can flop a straight or whatnot. And I'm a little confused by that. I get it. I get it. He's got the suited 7 closing action, but interesting. Maybe a mistake by me. A little surprised there with those stack depths and where he's at, and just in general to not call there. All right, tens. All right, a lot of usernames out. King 4 suited. The 9-5 off. Man, my man just went and stepped out. That's a nice one. How'd you do today? Oh, my day was good. I got top 4 in the Super Millions. 3-bet, C-bet. Adrian Mateos, 9-5 offsuit. Got him to fold the better 9 suited. Guy's having a day, Madani. Madani's having himself an afternoon. Some legends in the chat. Appreciate you guys. If I start streaming again when I play World Series of Poker, I mean, I think about streaming on YouTube. I haven't looked into it. I've seen some top streamers doing this and moving from Twitch. I haven't streamed on Twitch in 8 months, a year. I don't know, a long time, but I did it from 2015 to 2022. And I like Twitch, but I'm not up to date on it on the streaming stuff, honestly. Oh man, I just got hungry. I'm trying to think what have I eaten today. I had very little food. Oh, hungry. I want to get a workout in. I'm behind today. I'm behind. I'm excited though. I love doing this. I love the show. Love watching the action, seeing some great plays that I scratch my head at times, because that's the cool part. When you know you're watching the best, it's like, not that it's wrong. It's like, why are they doing what they're doing? Why did Mateos fold 6s there? Not call, not rip, not do it. Why that? Why this? Why the sizing? All interesting. Richard Grant on my son's weight. I tell you this, he's a big boy. My wife's belly is much bigger than the first pregnancy. My son Joseph was the exact weight I was when I was born. I believe it was 7 pounds 6 ounces, if I'm not mistaken. Ace queen, pick it up. Two suited hands, 4-handed, blind on blind. Everyone has guaranteed 165,000, which is nice. And we got some more poker to play here. All right, see a check back. Top pair for Jack Deuce. Queen 6 has a flush draw possible. Runner. Also the 10. The queen is good too. So decent flop, although not going to be in love with the flop. It's probably an average flop. And against the big blind range, could just have total air. When your opponent checks back, have to believe they have usually something though, right? If they have the worst hands, they'll bet the best hands. So kind of kind of hits their range. You could sort of narrow down a bit. That likely going to be on this board as well. Gonna have to continue on that sizing. Looking for a 10, and a queen, a diamond. 6 could be good. Might just have the best hand. Check raise. Spicy. Whoa, whoa. Gets the top pair to just relinquish. Ten, deuce, queen, 6. Jack 5. Hard to get good hands. Look at this. 3-handed. Got a couple suited hands in the blinds. Likely just go check. Just gonna likely fold and then go limp. Play some poker. The ace-6 off got out of hand on the last orbit. This time now we're raising. A little different situation. Covering versus not. Motown. Jack 5 suited. Likely peel here. Can't imagine folding. Raising seems a little out of line. But this guy's got some history. They got a plan. These guys have plans. I'll tell you that. They're not just guessing. Old, interesting. Smile the hero, respecting cover. There. I'm shocked by that. I'm shocked by that. Shocked. I've been shocked a few times today. Okay, and this is going to be a all in, I guess. What's he got? But yeah, it's pretty fist pump all in, right? Just expect to have the best hand. Could get called by worse hand possibly. Chaos not make a meal of it. Jacks, ace-3 suited, and there it is. 3-bet. Premium hands. No one has anything, then everyone's got something. But this with him 3-betting, Mateos, is there really room to 4-bet fold? No, so maybe just shoves and yeah, different situation because he doesn't have room to put another bet into induce, so he just shoves. And Smile the Hero not going to call up with ace-3 suited, but back to 7 million. Mateos has things in order. Okay, ace-9. Five players have been knocked out. 4 remain. 9-handed to start. 8s. Pump it up. No action. What do you guys think? Who gets it done today? I mean, Mateo's hard to bet against with the chips right now and running hot. 7 on the river when he was a 4-1 favorite. Got hit by the 5. Rivered the 7 to hold and win, stay alive. And then he has got the ace-6 versus aces. I'm sorry, ace-6 off versus kings. Bang the turn and is the current leader. That is what has happened here. Ooh, could be an issue. Wow. Wow, he's just gonna step into it. Queens in the big blind. Doesn't even want to call, but obviously has to. Smile the Hero's shorter. Big jumps here. Ace 5 versus queens. And it is a clean flop. Good turn, although it does provide outs. There is outs. That would be a dirty way to do it. Let's see. It is not paint, not a king. And there is a almost knockout. Madani, aggressive player, is in Barney Rubble. A bit of trouble. And he is down to his last blind in change. Blind and a half, call it blind, almost 2 blinds. Gonna fold, let it marinate for a minute. Adrian and Nikita shaping up for a heads up, although Smile the Hero not gonna just roll over. Ooh, wow. All Broadways. 4-way with everyone, all Broadway cards. That is rare. And this is interesting. So we're gonna see. Well, at least I would actually imagine a raise here. Slight raise. Mateos could re-raise. And Smile Hero actually going to be interesting too. This is pretty interesting 4-way hand. Definitely very strong hands. And could Smile ever shove? Probably not, because he's got the guy that's going to go out for a pay jump for 50,000 with 2 players calling. I mean, you could argue, is it better just to fold? I'm not sure. Shoving seems doesn't. Wow, he does take it. So look at this. I mean, wow. Makes sense. Look at the extra money he's getting. He's already winning money if they both fold. And then he's actually dominating the other player. I mean, this is quite a maneuver, and he is a big favorite to make this game 3-handed. And actually, Mateo's still really considering calling here. He's getting a pretty good price. Calling 1.5. There's an extra 750 in the middle. Right? There's 750 plus the other. It's $1 million. I mean, he actually talked himself into it. If it's ever flipping, it's like he's got a huge price. He's actually beating King Jack suited, King Queen. He's ahead of those hands. He might find a call here. He might sort it out. But I mean, imagine, be heads up with the chip lead if he could just hold ace 10. A lot of sharing of cards here. I think he's going to find a call. We can see the cards, of course, but he gives up 1.5. So he's got 5.3 if he loses. If he wins, he has got a lot of cookies. And there's a lot of extra money in the middle. There's $1 million in the middle. He's calling 1.5 more to win 3.3. He's risking 1.5. It's a big pot. I think he's gonna figure it out. Yeah, he's against ace jack, ace queen, ace king sometimes, against jack sometimes. But against those hands, his price is Bob Barker. He'll tell you. He does. World class. He's ahead. Paint, but no one's got any of that paint. Prick and Mateos 1 card away from a double knockout to be heads up. And look at that. Some guys can do it. That man can do it, ladies and gentlemen. He can do it ahead, behind, flipping. He can just win. Some guys are winners. Mateos gets it. Smile the Hero will go out in third. And there is the look at his resume. Pretty exciting stuff. The H. Madani, man. Wow, what a game. Aggressive play. And Nikita now, heads up. Who had Nikita? Does anyone remember? I had, did Hook get Mateos? I feel like Hook's disqualified. Hook's disqualified from the wager. Hook is disqualified. And that is, I'm just gonna claim the dinner bet. I gotta claim it. And guys, I'm making it a $100 ticket if we get it to 400. Like I said, no matter what, I believe you guys have Mateos anyway. Nikita, you don't have, and Hook's giving 100. So I'm just gonna double down on the winner. I need your email. I'm gonna need someone's email when you guys win. Just gonna make it simple. The winner of the $100 on GG is also gonna get 100 cash. I think that's the easier way to do it. We're still going. It's going to double up on someone winning. It's going to be $100 GG ticket. It's going to be 100 from Hook. What a day. What a day. What a beautiful day. Good to have you guys here and girls. Appreciate all of you being here. 7484. No one with the pair. Eos, does he want to take a little stab? There he is. More in the little, just over half, 2/3. Picks it up. King 8, 3/4, no pair, but 3/4. This guy, I can just already tell already with this sizing, he's not afraid. Heads up, I'll tell you what, he's going for it. 3/4 locked up 269,000. That's more than first sometimes in this. This has been a big one. I think they're only going to see the GG Super Millions grow. Strongest brand, strongest tournament, best software, best players. Also, satellite opportunities available. The hand up is over for the week in order to be eligible to guess the winning hand. But you guys can do that next week, and we will be back. And Tony Esfandiari are going to join us next week. Pretty excited. One of my closest friends, and haven't caught up with him for a bit. We'll be in person, so that'll be fun. Hope you guys tune in for that. And more podcasts to come. Yeah, I will have some more podcasts. Appreciate kind words. Hook was a little caught off guard. I think he's also a little tired today. He said he was gone in a bit, and a little sleepy. But appreciate him coming. He had to run, pick up his son. Couldn't make. Had to cover. So a great dollar. That's amazing. $10 for the final table. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Mean 793. No one with the pair. Such a one of the illustrations of Heads Up Poker really shows how hard it is to make pairs. And this man is aware of that. And he is saying, hey, let me show you that you don't need a pair to win. You just need a pair. You know what? You just need to rip it, grip it, ship it, and put some pressure on Mateos, man. He's no stranger to closing out matches. And deep stack here limping shows you he understands the game. And these guys, we might be in for a bit of a battle if we're limping at this stacked up. Seven, eight, kicking it up, checking the temperature, man. My man, Chiquita Banana, he is putting on a clinic of aggression right now. Queen 7, Jack 10. Very even. 8.4, 8.4. Making some cool hands. This should be a fun highlight video as well. There's been some very special hands, some big folds, some big calls, some big runouts, some miracle rivers, some get theirs. We've seen a lot. And Queen 7, Jack 10 here. We are battling for the tournament title. Adrian Mateos, I can tell you, has won a Super Millions before. He does have a title. And our friend Nikita does not, although he does have 4 final tables. Kirstenov. Mateos. Not a player to be messed with. And here he is. He just says, hey, you know what? I'm going to fire. Jack 10 off, best hand right now. Does he just call? Does he raise? Pretty nice looking spot to have top pair. Scare card, but hey, it's no limit. Heads up, and don't just get to, because an overcard comes, fold. So I'm sure he's not going to fold. I'd be curious if Adrian decides to blast here or not. I mean, he's going to put a lot of pressure on 8s and 4s. Probably doesn't think he can shake a 10. There's some draws too: 7-9, Jack 9, 5-6, 6-7. And let's see if Nikita just checks. Okay, well, good. Another important part in Hold'em is understanding where you're at, understand where you're perceived to be at, and what your opponent perceives about you. So that, I think, is one of the attributes of the best in the world, is they understand how they're perceived. And obviously how you are playing 9-handed versus heads up is different. And I think Mateos just recognizing, hey, I'm not just gonna try to blast this player off of anything here. And now Nikita thinking what to do on the river. Goes small. So this sizing, although like seems obvious, Mateo's going to fold, he does beat some hands, jack highs and 9-7s, but he also has a 7, and queen 9 would beat him if it was bluffing. So yeah, he's going to fold. Okay. Jack has arrived for Nikita with the best hand all of a sudden. He's got position. Out flops Adrian. Adrian with the heart. Queen 7 off though. You see a bet. Doug Polk shout out. Yeah, Doug Polk definitely knows how to play heads up. I mean, heads up poker is heads up poker is a definitely a craft, right? It's a real thing. The real thing. It's a different beast. You know, you could be a best heads up player in the world and be kind of lost, or a 9-handed, 8-handed, full ring, 7-handed, 6-handed. And you know, it's also why you see a lot of people don't have a lot of practice with it, so you never know what you're gonna get. Mateos, who's won so many tournaments, you know he plays heads up. This guy Nikita, I already would say I can just tell, like, he seems very comfortable with what's happening, where he's at in the match. Four suited, ace jack, top pair for Nikita. Already a little separation, 9-7. Also, again, best hand here now and best position. Adrian, still plenty of chips, lot of control. Lot to play for. Title, the money, big difference between second and first. Talking about 73,000 plus the title. No deals available for the Super Millions. Also, Super Millions Live coming up. That will be around the world with a set buy-in where people can track. You will see there will be a leaderboard. How much you plus or minus. You might win 2 titles and be down on the year. It's possible, right? You could go cash, be in for 5 bullets each and not cash on the tournament, and you could final table 4 times and win the be the most profitable. So it'll be interesting to track that live as well, which is going to be really cool. Anytime there's something innovative in poker at this stage, right? I feel like it's great. Hard to be bad. I do appreciate you guys. We got the giveaway. Got the giveaway for you. 6-10, man. Look at this guy. My man Nikita is strong. He is a strong player. Comes in strong. He says this is Mateos. Was he GPI number this, top ranked player, earnings this, titles, bracelets. Like, I'm playing to win, man. I'm playing some strong poker. Here he goes. Limp in here though. They know they understand. They understand the power of the button. Not these are two of the worst hands you're gonna have. Deuce 9 off. And Mateos. Does he get frustrated? Does he ever tilt? I don't know. They both have 6 minutes plus on their shot chess clock. Check back. Deuce 9 hits a pair. And 10-5. Gonna bet. Tails with the deuce 9. Could check raise even with the deuce 9 this week of a hand, but also just needing protection. I think that's fine either way. Let's just call. 10-5 off picks up some equity with the 4 for a wheel. 5-10 or a 4 good. Chaos. Checking. Check back. So the deuce has the best hand if it is able to get to the river. If it's able to realize, I guess he does check and maybe just to give up from Nikita. And if not, probably a bigger sizing. $284 thumbs up. Do appreciate that. We got 1,500 on right now for the heads up match. And does Nikita want to put a lot of pressure? A big bet maybe. 400. Now, this isn't going to make a ton of sense to Mateos, but at the same time, he loses to any pair at all. I mean, literally, he has the lowest pair on the board. Does fold. Okay. So separation, not quite 2-1, but 10 mil to 6 mil, 10.4 to 6 mil. And this is Mateo's been patient. Blind still very deep, a lot of play left. So what's it? 40 blinds, right? Is 6.4 million and ace 6 suited, ace queen suited. Now this is one that's interesting because this is where, if you're Nikita, you've been really aggressive. So ace 6 suited is actually a pretty good hand, but ace queen suited is a much better hand. And let's see, could Nikita go for it all, or does he just fold flat? Any option? Your guess is as good as mine. He's an aggressive player. We saw him with ace 6 off earlier. Rip it. Does he want to play for all the marbles? Say, hey, look, I'm covering. I'm 30%. Worst case, no. Just calls, and as it stands, Mateos will be out flopped in the SPR of 2-1, 5 million to 2.6, almost exactly 2-1 in the pot. Tricky, right? Heads up, ace queen suited could be the best hand here a lot of the time still. And this could be dicey. He ever just shove? I mean, honestly, if he shoves, I don't know if he even gets if it folds, right? Like Mateos is beating draws, he's beating diamonds, doesn't have a diamond in his hand. Does he just call here? Does he shove? He's definitely obviously loving the flop. Like he's got the 6, nut kicker, top ace, top pair, top kicker, heads up poker, hard to make a pair. I mean, he loses the 7s plus, but yeah, pretty good flop. Maybe just rips it. Diamond draw is going to call him. Could get hero called by a worse hand like this. And Nikita thinking what to do. I think he's going to raise, right? Yeah, there it is. And Mateos, I don't know if he's going to be in the business of bet folding this. This is sort of the problem. Doesn't have a diamond, has ace queen high. Could talk himself into it. And if he does, he's gonna have 3 outs. I'm actually gonna announce the winner just in case. Oops. Well, thing here. Let me find it. He does. It's all in. This could be it. This could be it. Ace, queen, ace six, turn clean for the champion. Is it Nikita? Does Nikita take it down? Can't possibly be a no. It's clean. Ace six suited, calls, peels, hits. Mateos second place, 269, 343 for your friend there. Nikita gets it done, and I have a winner. I have a winner. You are $100 plus $100 ticket. So you are the winner, my friend. Lethal Cons. You got the winner, and we got a winner in Nikita today. Everyone, thank you. That was special. It was fun. Charles Hook, high stakes cash game player, one of my closest friends. He had to leave a bit early. Sorry about that. Do appreciate you being here. Next week, Antonio Esfandiari, coming out of retirement from poker content. He's going to come hang out. He'll be with us. That is going to be a lot of fun. And I will see you guys next week. And what a day. So many folds. So much to talk about. Tuesday, every week, Super Millions. You guys are legends. Girls, guys, everyone involved. Appreciate you so much. Congrats to the winners. Congrats to everyone at the final table. We'll see you next week.